put in a strong performance. A point here wouldn't be a disaster, let's be honest.
Not at all, not at all. A couple of sponsors doing their pre-match photos ahead of the game, and both captains meet the referees in the centre circle with a banner that they hold alongside one another that reads 3 up, put football first. So obviously that reminder that National League teams alike will want 3 promotion places in seasons to come. Jerry, what are your thoughts on that? I imagine you're pro in terms of 3 up.
Well, we should just match everything that's happening in the FL.
Yeah.
There's no reason why not. I mean, you look at the leagues now. Look at this level. I've watched 10 games now, Josh, in this level. It's a professional league now. It's a full-time league. The league I've had and been in and managed for 7 years, it's improved so much over the 7 years. The coaching, the ability of the players, everything's gone up. The crowds are getting bigger, the infrastructures are getting bigger, so why not? Let's echo it, and very much in favour of it if it happens.
Yeovil will kick things off here this afternoon at Damson Park. Interesting to see as Yeovil do kick things off, and Low Everton rolls the ball back to Cooper, and he will fire a diagonal ball over to the far left-hand side of the pitch, and it goes out for a goal kick, and Ollie Wright will take it, who Yeovil fans and players alike know very well.
Yep, and I do as well, because he's on loan at Bath City. Froome lad, local lad. So, first and foremost, what a great lad he is. Really good professional, really good character. I was chatting to Kevin Poole, the goalkeeping coach here at Solihull Moors. I played with it at Birmingham. Said he's done terrific. He's pulled off big saves. He said because as a defence we haven't been great, but he's been doing really well in goal.
Very tall is Ollie Wright in the Solihull goal this afternoon as he takes the goal kick, and it falls to Ferguson, and that ball is just ricocheted about in midfield as Bernard heads it on into the Yeovil midfield, back with Low Everton, and all the way back to Frankie Terry as the left centre-back this afternoon. Down the left-hand side, the far side, and Otis Khan, the new signing, will chase, but it will roll out for a Solihull throw on the far side.
Yeah, and that's what Yeovil will be looking to do. Obviously, we haven't got the presence of Frank, and I don't want to keep echoing about it all afternoon, but you haven't got the presence of Frank to go into a big striker. McGuckin wants to run in behind. He's a strong boy, but he likes to run the other way rather than coming towards the ball. So those balls down the side of centre-backs in between full-backs will be something Yeovil will be looking to do.
Referee blows up for I think that's a free kick or a decision that goes Solihull's way nonetheless. Minute and a half played, Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 0 on BBC Radio Somerset, with former Yeovil Town midfielder and former Bath City manager Jerry Gill. And I am Josh Perkins. So, Ollie Wright will take this free kick.
Yeah, Solihull set up. They tried to fool us in the warm-up, the old chestnut, Josh. They tried to make it look like they were playing with a back 5, but they're not. They've gone with a back 4. Robbie Cundy in there at centre-back, obviously, alongside Whitmore.
Free kick is taken, but Yeovil managed to win it back, and Terry smashes it upfield. Very high, and McGuckin will try and win that, but can't do so. Headed on by Whittle. Solihull using their height in terms of the headers. That ball rolls back to the gloves of Aidan Stone, so he will pick that up for the first time in this game. 2 minutes played, still 0-0. Ferguson will come forward now, operating as that right centre-back. Going to play a long ball over the top for McGuckin to try and head down. The ball falls to Low Everton on this near-hand side, the right side, all the way back to Bernard, and Cooper goes inside, and Josh Sims is let loose on this near-hand side. Ball is whipped in. Oh, and out by Solihull for the time being. It's a good move down the right-hand side and good running from Josh Sims. That ball is back now with captain Alex Whittle for this game as Cousin Dawson makes his way into midfield. Another ball hooflong from Cousin Dawson. And that's down. There's a player in the Solihull defence that's down at the moment. Head injury. Free kick goes Solihull's way. 3 minutes played, 0-0. Jerry.
Yeah, some encouraging signs there for Yeovil, getting the ball wide. Sims, I mean, I've said in recent weeks he's a player that frustrates me. There's a lot of ability. Obviously, his record is fantastic. He's played at a high level. That time in a 1v1 against Newton, he's done really well. He's gone on the outside of him, whipped a lovely ball, dangerous ball along the 6-yard box, but no one's got across the near post. And it's quite an easy clearance in the end for Whitmore at centre-back. He's down at the moment. He's gone up for a challenge with McGuckin and looks to have got a head injury at the moment.
Yeovil playing in their coveted green and white, Solihull in the yellow and blue that they're used to here in the West Midlands. Got the backdrop of Birmingham International Airport as well, so if you've got Flight Radar or Skyscanner, Jerry, you can see who's going where in terms of flights.
Yeah, I'm used to that. Having lived here for a good 10-12 years. Come up in obviously 1996-97. So it's an area I know really, really well. My two boys and my ex-wife lives only a mile away as well. So yeah, it's a lovely area, Solihull. It's just one of those clubs, unfortunately, with the amount of clubs around the area, don't tend to get a lot of fans. But today, on non-league day, there seems to be quite a few packed in.
Absolutely. Yeovil fans just scurried away to our left-hand side in the Forest End. The far-hand side of the Forest End is where the travelling Yeovil fans are. Josh Sims picks the ball up in midfield and drives forward on this near-hand side, the right. He's got a Solihull player to contend with as Whitmore is currently off the pitch. Ball picked forward to Sims. He can't get onto the end of that. And it will be a Yeovil throw-in on this near-hand side.
Yeah, good bit of play. Don Bernard coming out at full-back. What you do need if you're playing that 4-3-3 is your full-backs joining in. Those little partnerships. Whittle likes to do it naturally. Don Bernard does as well. Joins in there well with Sims. Good little bit of play, and they get an opportunity to put a throw in the box. Looks like Charlie's going to line up with a long throw. I don't know if he's been working on that because I've not seen him do one before.
He's done a couple when Yeovil have been away from home. I'm not sure if that's just a pure away tactic, but Charlie Cooper will go for this long throw on the near-hand side. Readies himself, throws it into the box, and that's headed out by Whitmore, who's back onto the pitch. So Solihull back to full strength. It will be another Yeovil Town throw-in on this near-hand side, again taken by the number 24, Charlie Cooper. A little bit further up than the first throw-in. Takes it level with the 18-yard box, throws it in, out by Whitmore once again. Ball falls back to Low Everton and headed on by Whittle, who's come across temporarily so far. Solihull can counter here in the form of Holman on this near-hand side, the left. He's got support with Dooku on this left-hand side. Ball whipped in, it's off Whittle. It will be out for a Solihull corner on this near side.
Yeah, that may be a sign of things to come. Look like got some pace. They want to break on the counter-attack when they can. Dooku, a player well known to all the West Country fans, spent a long time down at Torquay, went to Cheltenham as well, and I thought his career was actually going the other way, but he's managed to get a move to Solihull and scored 3 goals, I think, in 3 games or something like that. So a real threat for Solihull.
Absolutely, yeah. 4 in 4 is what I've got on my notes here, but I trust you more than me, Jerry. Born in Amsterdam, Manny Dooku has played in the Netherlands, Scotland, Gibraltar, and here in England. Corner's going to be whipped in on this near-hand side to the far post. It goes over the head of everyone and will go out for a goal kick. 6 minutes played, 0-0.
Yeah, well defended by Yeovil, because that is going to be an issue this afternoon. Set pieces. Jamie Osborne, player that's just come back into their team, their captain, been out for a large part of the season, makes this team tick. Normally good set pieces, but if you can't beat your players in the air, it's really important you latch onto them. And I noticed there where Don Bernard's got hold, using his experience, just latching onto players, and then the ball goes through for a goal kick.
Hayden Stone will be the one to take this goal kick on a very overcast day here in Solihull. And a couple of days of sun. That's about enough for us for springtime.
No thanks, mate. I've want months of it.
Hopefully. Headed on in the Solihull midfield by Clark and over to try and find Dooku, but headed on by Ferguson. McGuckin can't get that, and Mark Cooper's not happy on this near side where we're situated where the dugouts are, just in front of us. That's a free kick that goes Solihull's way. I thought it was a fair 50-50 from Charlie Cooper, but free kick that goes
I'm not sure about
that,
Josh. I don't think that's at all.
No.
If anything, it may be the other way. I mean, at the moment, the pitch is really good, actually.
Yeah.
I was chatting to Kevin Paul, and he said the watering system's broken this morning, so they haven't been able to put any water, so it's not that zippy. It's quite bumpy. But it looks like two teams at the moment are lacking that confidence to get on the ball and move it with any quality. A lot of transition in the game. Hence, just giving it away there.
Just literally, as you say, Jerry, Cousin Dawson losing the ball there. Don Bernard is pushed on this near-hand side, but will shepherd the ball out for a Yeovil Town throw-in, as I say, on this near-hand side. Coming up to 8 minutes played, Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 0 on BBC Radio Somerset 95.5 FM across BBC Sounds and on Freeview Channel 714. Don Bernard with the ball over his head. He will throw it in, headed on inside by McGuckin, and Otis Khan gets his first header in the back in the Yeovil shirt as he will chase this ball down the far side, the left. That's down goes Reece Hall-Johnson, and Otis Khan will give away the free kick. Solihull free kick 8.5 minutes in.
As British Airways takes off to Tenerife in the distance, mate. Yeah, hopefully we have more entertainment than just watching planes going and taking off all afternoon, mate.
Yeah, I'm not sure people came to watch this, listen to this commentary for plane spotting, but yeah, it depends on the quality of football, I guess. Yeah. Whitmore will play that forward, and that's cannoned off the head of Bernard. And Whitmore will try and catch the goalkeeper out that goes all the way back to the gloves of Aidan Stone. It's a decent effort there from beyond halfway from Whitmore, but Aidan Stone saw that all the way. Ball is put forward on the far hand side, the left, and McGuckin will chase. Cruyff turn there from Robbie Cundy, and he will play that all the way back to Ollie Wright in goal.
Yeah, I mean, that point in case really at the moment when balls are going forward for Yeovil, it's not sticking, and that's why Mark was frustrated. You made a point of it, Josh, that had gone up to McGuckin. He's chose to head it instead of take it on his chest and link the play. You can't get any sustained spells in possession if it's not going to hold at the front.
Terry to Khan and back to Frankie Terry, nephew of John, son of Paul, who spent many an afternoon in a Yeovil Town kit. Has impressed me, to be fair, in the appearances he has made for Yeovil. Good turn from Otis Khan out to the wide left, but he gets his ankles picked and, free kick.
Good play, though. I mean, Otis isn't an out-and-out left winger. He's going to come in off a shape. He's going to get on the ball in pockets of space. Clever that. Not just receiving, but getting on the turn quick. That's what you want to see from Sims and Otis. If they're going to get on the ball, be positive when they receive it. Either flick it around the corner or be positive themselves, running with the ball, driving and dribbling.
10 minutes played, Solihull 0, Yeovil 0, and Yeovil have a free kick far hand side the left. It's going to be an in-swinging right-footed shot, ball in from what looks like Charlie Cooper. He's got Bernard backwards to pass to. He's also got Whittle there ahead of him, but he will see Frankie Terry and Cousin Dawson and the like. Ball goes into the back post and it's over the head of everyone and out for a goal kick for the home team.
Yeah, poor delivery from Charlie Cooper, that one. You know, they set up in the middle of the box, goes out way high and wide, over the top, and no threat whatsoever. So, yeah, I mean, things like set pieces as well, you're probably going to have to be a bit creative with it, draw them out rather than just pumping them in the box, allowing the likes of Cundy and Whitmore just to head it with first contact. So I'm sure there's something Mark and his staff have been talking about. That in an area there is going to be a hopeful ball more than anything. So maybe have a spell, try and get a switch of play, loosen them up a little bit and try and attack them on the weak side.
They've had some success down this near-hand side with Josh Sims playing a low ball in, so that has been a positive for Yeovil so far. Ollie Wright takes the goal kick for Solihull in his coral, almost light blue goalkeeping kit. Josh Sims picks the ball up in midfield and will go back to Aidan Stone. Takes a right-footed clearance, trying to find McGuckin, who wants to play a bit of hold-up play for the time being. Low Everton to Charlie Cooper, and he wins out. Good work from Cooper to be the engine room in midfield, trying to get ahead of Tipton as well, but he will pass inside and Solihull will mount this attack through the middle, and that's picked out by Whittle. Down goes Solihull player and a shot goes over the bar, and I think Solihull have won a free kick and a yellow card has been awarded to Alex Whittle, who's currently down on the floor.
Well, that's a nasty one. It's a strike. It's Duku, isn't it? Yeah, it's Duku who's taken the strike from about 25 yards out, but Whittle's come across in a 50-50. It's more of a 60-40, I would say. And they've both come off really, really poorly in that. They're at full. I mean, he struck it full venom. It's gone flying over the forest end out into the 3G. But both players looking a bit of trouble here. Hopefully Whittle's okay, because the last thing Yeovil need is an injured player. He had an issue with his hip flex at the Boston game at home.
Okay.
And I'm just looking now and I'm wondering whether it's around that area again, because he'd come across and where he's overstretched possibly might have just disjointed that area again.
Mark Cooper just having words with the fourth official as Alex Whittle is on his back. He's got his fingers on the bridge of his nose at the moment. Just, he does not look in the best comfort, does Alex Whittle. And as you say, be it an injury for Yeovil if Alex Whittle comes off, but it's also another defensive injury.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope he's okay. I mean, when it happened last time, he's a little warrior. He does get on with it.
Oh, yeah.
And he went through the Boston game, and he's played at York as well since. So it looks like he's going to be okay, hopefully.
Yeah, he's a Scouser.
Made of the tough stuff.
Fairly hard people. Yeah,
made of the tough stuff.
Okay, so we're going to get restarted with a free kick to Solihull, maybe 45 yards out from goal. Fairly central this free kick will be, so you can imagine it's going to be an in-swinger to the corner of the 6-yard box. Aidan Stone just sorting his wall out. That wall consisting of Don Bernard.
It's an interesting one, Josh, isn't it? Because it's in that area where you think it's almost too far out for a shot, but it's a real difficult one. It's middle of the pitch, difficult one to hang up and hold up.
Yeah, you want it more to either side of the pitch, really.
Absolutely, yeah. But they have got likes of Cundy and Whitmore, so they'll maybe start a little bit wider. And if they're going to float it up, it'll be back stick and looking for the second phase, which is where most set pieces are scored.
Will either be Osborne or Holman to take it. Dunbarnard just peeling off the wall, the Yeovil wall at the moment. There's a two-man wall of Josh Sims and Sonny Blulow Everton, as the referee makes sure that everyone in that line of fire is okay. The corridor of uncertainty does look like Holman is shaping up. No, he rolls the ball forward and Osborne takes the shot, but it's off the bottoms of the boots of Yeovil, and that will go out for a corner on the far hand side.
Yeah, I mean, that was a strange one. It, played it short and it allowed Yeovil to go and shut the shot down. But they have given away a corner. As I said, it's always second phase. Be mindful that you get your first contact, but it's that one afterwards that a lot of goals are scored. And this is as I said, this is going to be a trouble for Yeovil all afternoon.
Coming up to 15 minutes played. The corner is played short. It's rolled into the area, but no one picks it up, and it kind of just rolls out of the area as well. As I say, coming up to 15 minutes played, still 0-0, recycled by Reece Hall-Johnson. It's a decent effort to try and find a player on the far hand side, but they're not tall enough, and it'll go out for a Yeovil throw-in.
Yep, no clear-cut chances yet for either team that suggests, where they are. As I said, in the league, they're both in different form. It'll suit Yeovil and more it suits Solihull, that's for sure. I think obviously with Yeovil, they're just happy to get a point in the moment, try and get some more draws and points on the board if they can, trying to get to that ever-increasing total of trying to get to 50 points, like you say, 52 points should see them safe.
That's a free kick for Yeovil again, a little bit further up the pitch than they take with the first one, but I think that's McGuckin that's pushed Hall-Johnson, so that'll be a free kick that goes Solihull's way. And he will pass back to his colleagues in defence, and Whitmore will pick this up and drive forward in the left centre back position out wide to Newton, the number 3. Josh Sims meets him there it will amount in another throw in for Solihull on this near hand side this time.
Yeah, it's good. Nice shape from Yeovil, sat in that 4-3-3. It's a 4-5-1 out of possession as well. They'll ask McGuckin to split the two centre backs, show them one way. The two wide players look after the full backs. Good little players in the full backs. Reece Hall-Johnson, Newton, who was at Havant at Waterlooville, went to Oxford City. Good little player.
Ball out wide on the far side to Hall-Johnson. He's going to push that forward to Oakley. That's 1-2 between those two. Backwards now. Tried to get that ball in. Did Solihull, and it's a throw in for them on the far hand side. 16.5 minutes played, still 0-0.
Interesting that side. It's a team of right backs in that Solihull.
Yeah.
Hall-Johnson right back, Clark right central midfield, right back. Oakley playing right midfield as a right back.
Otis Khan is going to drive this forward off of the errant Solihull free kick and throw in. Josh Sims wants to keep that in. He will do. Ball will go upfield on this near hand side, and Whitmore will do well with clearing. Dunbarnard will catch that as the ball goes out of play and wants to restart quickly for Yeovil on this throw in. Referee blows his whistle and sends him back a few paces. Bernard with the ball over his head takes the throw in. McGuckin heads on. No Yeovil player there on the inside to pick up and drive forward. Ollie Wright is in goal with the ball. And that's out now to Cundy and Osborne, playing more of that centre-back role that we're used to seeing in that yellow and blue shirt this season. Whittle will do well. A sliding challenge to clear the ball out of play on the far-hand side. Solihull with a throw-in. As you say, no clear-cut chances yet, Jerry. For either team, to be honest.
No, which is unusual. Certainly coming up to the 20 minute, 18 minutes gone, as you say. Normally there is a chance, but like I say, that suits Yeovil more than it suits Solihull being the home side. You expect them to come out the blocks a bit earlier, but Yeovil have, as I said, they come out with a really good shape. They set up nicely, not open, really good defensively at the moment.
Tipton to Oakley, and it's poked inside to Oakley as well on a nice 1-2. Ball wants to be put in on the far side. Khan goes down. That should be a Yeovil free kick. It will be. That's going to be a yellow card that goes the way of... Who is that? Is that Whitmore? Osborne, number 4. Yeah, Osborne goes into the book.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where he's had a touch. The touch is too heavy, and he's tried to retrieve it, and he's gone in, and as he's gone in, I mean, it's one of those out-of-control tackles. It's not high by no means. It's low, but he's out of control when he goes through. Whittle, and rightly so, it's a yellow card.
Aidan Stone going to take this free kick for Yeovil Town. Coming up to 19 minutes played. Solihull 0, Yeovil 0. Aidan Stone signed until 2026 after leaving Boston United earlier this season, and has he's done decent for Yeovil. I know they've not had a win in 5, which obviously means that he's conceded a few goals, but all in all he's been a decent keeper, having to fill the big shoes of Ollie Wright, who we see in the opposite end of the pitch. Ball headed on by the Solihull midfield, and Terry will momentarily put the ball up. Ferguson to Sims on this near hand side, the right. Josh Sims goes backwards to Frankie Terry. Gets a clap from the number 40 as well. Right decision. Cooper to Terry once again. The ball is now on the far hand side, the left for Yeovil. Khan picks the ball up, the Pakistan international. Previously with Yeovil between 2016 2018. 12 league goals, that is, in 67 league appearances. Terry fires the ball long to try and find Otis Khan. He goes towards the corner flag on the far side, can't keep it in, and it will be a goal kick.
Yeah, that'll be the only disappointment for Mark at the moment. No sustained spells to allow them to put any sort of good attacks into the play. There's not, as I said, there's not been a spell where you've had 4 or 5 passes when you retain possession high up the pitch. We've been solid, the line's been great, the distances in the units have been good, the press is good as we're seeing it now. But in possession he'd want a little bit more.
That ball from the goal kick goes all the way back to Bernard and Stone, and he will take a touch and hoof it upfield. Can't quite get the purchase he wants on the bottom of his boots, and that'll roll back to Whittle and go all the way back to Stone, who boots long once again towards the halfway line. McGuckin has his shirt pulled. That's very clearly had his shirt pulled there to Kieran McGuckin. The referee eventually gives the free kick on the foul from Kieran McGuckin.
He was trying his hardest not to give the free kick. I mean, he waited and waited and waited. I guess he's waiting for advantage, but you could say that's good play. I'm sure his assessor will say good play, referee. They normally do agree with each other.
Yeah, let it go. Let the game be played until it can't be.
Yeah, but this is an opportunity, like I'm talking now. Play short, draw them out. Yeah, they're going to draw them out a little bit.
Cooper to Bernard on this near hand side. Forward to Low Everton. Out wide to Sims, and that's not the right decision. Low Everton had played a ball through to Josh Sims, who was on the attack on this near hand side, the right. There was a foul on Low Everton, and he's given that one rather than letting the game run.
Having just praised him a minute ago, the referee, I mean, he's just unbelievable. That is a goal scoring opportunity.
Yes.
That is a goal scoring opportunity. It's a great bit of play. Ironically, I was just speaking about they've played short, played 3 passes. They've got Don Bernard in. He's driving in the 18-yard box unopposed. A great opportunity for Yeovil. That's really poor from the official. Really, really poor. That's as bad as you get.
And that's happened a couple of times this season. I also think with Low Everton, he's been fouled, so he's taken the contact, gone down, set someone else off like Josh Sims on this near hand side, and the referee has blown the whistle.
Yeah. It's a horrendous decision. Horrendous.
We talk about advantage being played. That is a prime example of where it should be. 22 and a half minutes gone. Solihull 0, Yeovil 0. Yeovil win a free kick. However, they may already be 1-0 up had that advantage been played. Khan takes a in-swinging left foot shot into the box. It's still on the second attempt. Cousin Dawson brings it down, and away comes Solihull with the ball on this near hand side with Newton. Goes inside to Osborne, and he will punt it long to the head of Bernard, who puts it forward for Yeovil to Khan. Cooper back to Otis Khan, who's momentarily on the right hand side. McGuckin holds it off to Sims and goes back to Cooper. Cousin Dawson gets the clearance nicked off the toes of the number 2 for Solihull, and Yeovil win a free kick on this near hand side.
Yeah, the positive is, I mean, you just touched on it actually, Josh. They're getting some good joy down this right hand side. Sims is playing really well at the moment. Don Bernard, you got Cooper this side. Really important that if Cousin Dawson is going to sit in midfield, those 2 other ones, Sonny Blue and Cooper, join in and run beyond.
Yeah, throw in, that was taken to Bernard, and that's 1-2 with him and Cooper. Bernard drives forward on this right hand side, but dispossessed. Although Charlie Cooper dispossesses the Solihull midfielder there. Nice 1-2 between him and Sims. Ball over the top from Cousin Dawson for Cooper to chase towards the byline, and he's made sure that he doesn't get a touch on it. It goes out for a goal kick. Good defending in all by Solihull.
Yeah, and you're looking at their setup, Solihull. Down this left-hand side, as I said, they've got Newton, who he's not a diminutive sort of figure. He's not a big, strong, physical lad. So we're getting some joy here in 1v1s. Holman doesn't really want to go back and defend, and Tipton, he's on loan from Wolverhampton Wanderers, and he's played right back, and he's now playing left centre midfield. Yeah. So that tells you why Yeovil may be getting some joy down this right-hand side. They're a little bit disjointed, Solihull, and it's an area to definitely persevere and try and get some more joy from.
Holly Wright will take this goal kick. Scores in the National League. Aldershot are 2-1 up at home to Ebbsfleet. Eastleigh 0, Southend 1. Hartlepool 2, Boston United 1. And Maidenhead 0, Rochdale 1. All the rest are goalless. Coming up to 25 minutes played. That's a header on from a Solihull player. And they win the free kick, maybe 35 yards out on the right-hand side. I think it was a foul from Cousin Dawson as he walks away fairly sheepishly.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was Ferguson who come across, actually. Ferguson, yeah, it's Ferguson who come across. He's gone up for a duel in the air and he just mistimed it slightly. It's one of those ones you'll see all the time. Referee now starting to show signs of being really pinicky, not letting the game flow, blowing up a lot. Hope that's not a sign of things to come, because you want the game to flow as much as you possibly can.
So the Moors win a free kick, as I say, just right of centre, 35-40 yards out. Can't quite see who's going to take it. But it will be an in-swinging ball on probably a right-footed in-swinger towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Whitmore there, as well as Robbie Cundy and Dooku are all tall players. That ball is whipped into the edge of the 6-yard area. The ball is headed over by... Oh no, there was someone that was offside. It was headed over by Cousin Dawson, but I think Whitmore was offside.
Yeah, it was good defending, Cousin Dawson. As I said, they're going to have to be on their mettle defensively. It's a floated ball from Osborne. The two big lads have gone around the back, Whitmore and Robbie Cundy. Cousin Dawson's done brilliantly. That's what he can do in that screening midfield role. He's good in the air. He's a centre-back by trade, as we know. Really good in his duel, and they were caught offside anyway.
All right, players restarted here in the midfield as Cousin Dawson tries to win the ball off Holman. Can't do so. Tom Bernard makes sure that Carl Ferguson can clear, and he does. Hoofs it upfield to the head of McGuckin. That's headed on by McGuckin. Good work from him. Driving forward now centrally is Otis Khan. Plays it out wide on the left. It's a bit of a heavy touch there to Low Everton. He manages to get to the ball. Good on him, and goes back to Whittle. Cousin Dawson again in this defensive midfield role that we are seeing him this afternoon. Backwards to Frankie Terry, who just has his left foot on the ball, rolls it left and goes back to Charlie Cooper, or goes wide, to Cooper. Now with Terry. Ball is with Terry. Coming up to 27 minutes played. Solihull 0, Yeovil 0. Ferguson will drive forward from the right centre-back position. Bernard out wide to Sims. Tries to set Bernard and have him run down the line. He can't do so. Newton clears up. And Whitmore plays a ball on the far-hand side to the head of Oakley. Can't do so. Low Everton gets pushed in the midfield, but plays a nice ball out wide to Josh Sims. Going to take his man on. Does really well, does Josh Sims, to get into the box and fires a low shot in. It's in. Yeovil have scored.
Brilliant.
Yeah, at the near post. I think that's going to go down as an own goal. It's a delayed reaction from the Yeovil Town fans as well. Low ball in on the far-hand side, the right. It comes off of, I think, Alex Whitmore, and on 27.5 minutes, it's Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 1.
Brilliant, great goal. And we were talking about the joy they're getting down the right-hand side. It was a good bit of play, actually. Patience, they came back out, they played through centre-back. Ferguson stepped in, took the grass, went through into Whittle. Don Bernard's getting into Sims. Don Bernard's getting forward in overload, and Sims has got a Whittle in a 1v1. Great bit of play, really good bit of play. Newton, at left back for Solihull. And he struck it, and as he struck it, it's come off the foot of Newton and gone in the bottom corner. It's really odd because we've got a pillar in the way we can't see,
right,
and then it hits the bottom of the goal, which is a firm frame, and the net didn't ripple at all.
Yeah. Hence
the delayed reaction from us and the Yeovil fans. The important thing is Yeovil Town are 1-0 up.
Absolutely. It was, the news of the goal kind of transcended the ground, eventually found its way to the far-hand side where the Yeovil Town fans are situated, and that ball will go out for a goal kick, and Aidan Stone will take. I think Oakley tried to keep it in on the far hand side. couldn't do so.
No, it really was a good goal. There was a lot of patience. Mark talks about it a lot, and I know as a fan you get frustrated. You want to get the ball forward, but at times, as I said, against this team, you don't want to be pumping long balls forward for the two centre-backs to win. Really good bit of play. It starts on the left wing, comes back out, as I said, little bit of play around, they get out on the right-hand side, they get an overload, and they're in. And they happen up to score a goal. They're getting a lot of joy down this right-hand side. They're very weak defensively down their left, Solihull.
Yeah, with the likes of Joe Newton and Ollie Tipson on this left-hand side. Ball hoofed forward into the box now, and Kieran McGuckin will try and take it down. It goes all the way to the byline, and is defended by Solihull. Osborne has the ball over by the corner flag. Plays the ball forward down the line. Headed out by Ferguson. Solihull throwing on the, as I say, the far-hand side. 30 minutes played. Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 1. Own goal from Joe Newton separates the two sides. And you'd argue that, Yeovil Town have had the better of the chances, especially down this near-hand side, the right. Newton takes a touch and gets away from Josh Sims, goes inside to Osborne, the captain. Cundy plays it forward. Back to Osborne, goes down, wins Solihull a free kick on the halfway line, just right of centre. 15 minutes of normal time to go here in this National League fixture. 1-2 there with Osborne, who's still on the ball just right of centre in the middle of the park. Oakley. Ball over the top, try and find, I think Whittle's going to contend with it, or go out for a goal kick for Yeovil. So especially in the last 10 minutes or so, Yeovil have definitely been the more dominant team.
Yeah, and as I said, defensively they've been really solid. They've not been carved open. It's only been set pieces, giving them half chances, if that. So they deserve this. They're happy to sit in the mid-block, Yeovil. They're not going to go and press really high. So go on then, you try and break us down. They've got the distances right in their units, so at the moment they look really solid, and like you say, causing a lot of problems down their left-hand side and Yeovil's right.
It's arguably a push there on Charlie Cooper, but he gets up on the decision that's not given his way.
Yeah, I don't want that to be given, Josh, because if that's getting given, we're going to be here all afternoon with free kicks. Honestly, it does frustrate me at times. It's a physical game, football, and the minute you touch a player and they go over at the moment, free kicks get given. We want the game to flow. And I know the FA are looking at it, things like the goalkeeper rule next year, 8 seconds is going to be a corner if they're holding it for longer. So let's see the game flow a little bit more. It's not about the referee, it's about the players out there, and of course about entertaining the fans. There's a good crowd in here on non-league day. They want to see an open game. You want to see a game that's creating lots of chances. Don't want to see a game that's broke up with set pieces and free kicks constantly.
Yeah, exactly. That ball is out on the far side for a Yeovil throw-in, looking to be taken by Alex Whittle. Celebrated his birthday last Saturday on the game against York. Happy birthday, a belated happy birthday for Alex Whittle, the number 3. Throws it in.
I wonder whether Josh Sims would claim that goal. I would.
I wonder, you would, wouldn't you?
Definitely. I definitely would. We'll see what's given across the country on all different streams. I was at Maidenhead to see Frank Nublet awarded a goal that was never a Frank Nublet goal, by the way. It was going.
He's going to claim it though, isn't he?
Flashing across the 6-yard box.
Over on this near-hand side, that ball to try and find Holman, but can't do so. So it will be a Yeovil throw-in, or it might be a goal kick actually.
Goal kick, yeah. They've tried that ball a few times. That long ball from deep, from centre-back areas in Whitmore and Cundy, hitting big diagonals, and they're just going down this little slope and out for a goal kick. Yeovil will be more than happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Terry puts his left foot on the ball and drives forward. You'd hardly miss Frankie Terry. He's got bright orange boots on.
Cool. Couldn't have played in them in my day. Not a chance. You get absolutely destroyed.
Yeah. Black boots or nothing in your day, Jerry, was it?
Mate, yeah. World Cups. You can't beat them.
Cousin Dawson heads the ball on to try and find Khan. Can't do so, but it's not a good headed pass by Solihull, and Khan will pick up the ball on the second attempt. He's got Low Everton to the right of him. He's got Josh Sims. He will use him as well. Into the box, heading out, but only to the head of Low Everton. That's had to be dealt with by Solihull, almost on the goalkeeper line. Sims still with the ball for Yeovil. That's a bit of a heavy pass played forward by Low Everton. Okay. It was a nice idea though to try and find Don Bernard but goes out for a goal kick. 33.5 minutes played. Solihull 0, Yeovil 1.
Yeah, and they deserve the lead, I think, on play in general. When you talk about their solidity, they've come, they're away side, they've set up nicely, no chances against. Mark's really happy in front of us here. Even that little bit of play, you have to praise your players. All right, they're going to make mistakes, but they're trying to get to the areas where they can see a weakness. And it's over here in this area here, in their left back area, and it's going to take an overload of 3 players to come across, and it's going to take 2, 3, 4 passes to get in Josh. So there has to be a patience. Arguably away from home, it's better for Yeovil because the fans are different when they come away from home. There's a bit more patience.
Yeah. McGuckin goes down, but the referee has given a free kick to Solihull, and it looks like McGuckin had his arms over. I think that was the signal from the referee that gave the free kick to Solihull. Mark Cooper is exasperated and asks, well, why? Because, McGuckin went down, so decides that it will be a Solihull free kick. And nevertheless, the ball is back in play. 1-2s between the back 3 momentarily for Solihull, and Cundy comes forward. Here is Osborne. Just shoves away Low Everton for the time being, but Sims manages to pick up the ball. Back with Newton, though. And they will go back to Ollie Wright in goal.
That's excellent.
Yeah, good press from Yeovil. Cundy fires another diagonal ball over to the head of Dooku, but can't pick that up. In the midfield now with Newton. Backwards to Osborne. Sunny Blue Low Everton to contend with, and Osborne decides to turn back home and flicked on by Cundy. Nice work from him. Oakley. Now with Robbie Cundy, and on the far hand side with Solihull at the moment, 35 and a half played. Solihull 0, Yeovil 1. Just calming the game down at the moment are the home team. Tipton.
And Yeovil will be happy with this. They're the home side, but they're keeping the ball, playing around the back. They're trying to look for an opening. It's not there at the moment. The distances are really good defensively for Yeovil. And they're moving that line constantly. The key to us is moving it. Ball goes backwards. Can we shift 5 yards? Just like that. Ball goes straight through into Stone. Great defended by Yeovil Town for the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, as you say, just not allowing anything to be made that's positive for Solihull. Aidan Stone with the ball just under his right armpit. Has the ball in the palm of his right hand now and ushers his team to come closer so that he can play this ball long. Drops the ball and hoofs it upfield with his right foot. Sims wants to control that, but can't do so off the knee of Joe Newton. Cam Newton, that's an American football player.
Don't watch that rubbish.
No. Fair enough.
Just being honest, mate.
Yeah. Oh, the ball has been fired back in from the crowd and has hit the
well, that's not a good sign for Matt Taylor.
No, not at all.
It's a Solihull fan that's thrown that in.
Yeah. Not on purpose.
Not on purpose. No.
Bernard with
but you never know.
Well, you never know, exactly. Bernard plays the throw in. Just fighting for it are Bernard and Sims on this near hand side. Dispossessed, and the ball is with Solihull. Holman goes down, but I don't think he was pushed by Ferguson on this near hand side.
If he was, that's good from a young centre back. Off the ball, just a little block like that. Dark arts, you've got to be good at that as well.
Absolutely. Osborne picks the ball up and goes forward to Tipton. Osborne again trying to play that diagonal ball over the far right hand side for Solihull. Khan picks it up and drives forward on the left. He's going to try and get this ball as well. Actually, Sonny Blue Low Everton will chase and win it on the far side. Nice 1-2s between those two, Low Everton and Khan. Stops the ball, does Charlie Cooper, and goes left to Whittle. Ball is back with Cooper, plays it forward to Otis Khan. Whittle. Cooper once again. All the way back to Terry. Turns out and goes to Cooper.
It's interesting that Matt Taylor's asking them to press, but they're very reluctant to do it.
Yeah, they are. Screaming at his Solihull players as Ferguson plays a ball inside. McGuckin plays the ball outside and over the top. Nice to Don Bernard. He's in the box. He's going to play a low pass in. And Ollie Wright will come and claim that and drop to his stomach and roll the ball out for Solihull.
Good play though, up to McGuckin, turns it around the corner. Don Barnard straight away. That's it, I'm off. Down the right back area, he sees an area where he can go and exploit with Sims as well. Makes a third man run, gets on the ball, so cross. Not enough bodies in the box, so have to release a few midfielders into that. So Sonny Blue's got to go. Coops has got to go as well, and you can just leave Cousin Dawson as that security and behind the opposite fullback make a box.
Whitmore to Osborne on this near hand side, the left for the home team. Back to Whitmore, who pokes a ball back to right and passes to Robbie Cundy. 14 appearances for the number 6, on loan from Notts County, obviously formerly of Bristol City and Bath City. And forward comes Solihull. In the midfield, that's a slip from Ferguson. Newton picks the ball up on this near hand side. And Tipton plays tried to be a curling effort into the box to create a bit of danger, but misses the head of everyone and goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, that's really poor actually. Again, Yeovil will be happy with that. He's just ended up in an inside left area, cutting on his right foot. It's an aimless one really. He's not even looked up, he's just put one into an area. But it's not a good ball and it goes out. We've seen a lot of that from Solihull, a lot of balls going out for goal kicks. But as we move along in the half, as I said, it's been really comfortable for Yeovil. It's one of those, reminds me a little bit of the Maidenhead one where they went away and won 2-0.
Yeah, seemed very comfortable in that game.
Yeah, really controlled, defensively really astute. And they've got some players, they've got a lot of technical players for what they've not got in height and physical presence, in the likes of Sims and Sonny Blue in there, obviously, and now you've got Otis Khan in there, a lot of technical players that can go and handle the ball.
Approaching 40 minutes here at Damson Park. Solihull 0, Yeovil 1. Ball is back with Aidan Stone and he will clear with his left foot. Nice distribution from him to try and find McGuckin, but can't hold the play up there. Ball cannoned over to Charlie Cooper and he will cannon the ball forward to Josh Sims on this near hand side, the right. It will go out for a Solihull throw in. Nice idea though from Charlie Cooper. Whitmore will pick the ball up with the outstep of his right foot, goes backwards to Ollie Wright, takes a touch on the ball, does the man in goal, and Robbie Cundy will play it across to Whitmore once again. I do think the own goal was off of Whitmore.
Yeah.
I don't think it was off of Newton, but I could very well be wrong. As you say, there's a pillar in our way, so yeah, whose goal it is we'll find out at half time.
Well, let's give it to Josh Sims.
Let's give it, as you say, give it to Josh Sims. He will claim that.
Well, as they say, you don't shoot, you don't score.
Yeah.
And it's a great, whether it's a cross, whether it's a shot, it's gone in with real power, real velocity, and it's hit a defender and it's gone in, and it's importantly, it's Yeovil, it's 1-0 up.
Yeovil dispossess Clark and play a ball out wide to Khan on the far hand side. Just outside of the area at the moment. Stands up Robbie Cundy, drops the shoulder and goes out to the centre. Cousin Dawson will take a shot, but that's very wide of the goal. I was going to say it's a nice effort. Nice idea from Cousin Dawson, but it's not anywhere near the goal.
I think what we'd say is a centre-back shot, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
rather than midfielder, no disrespect whatsoever, because he's doing a wonderful job in there defensively. Good talker, good organiser. He's having a little laugh now with Don Bernard, because you got to enjoy your football as well. It's worked his way back to him 25 yards out, and his eyes are lit up, and he thinks, right, okay, go on, let's have a punt. As I said, you don't shoot, you don't score. He's ended up almost going out for hitting the corner flag. So but there we are. The idea's right. The play was really good. Lots of combination play and worked the opening. That's the good news.
Headed on by Ferguson after that goal kick from right. McGuckin tries to play a bit of hold-up play, but can't do so over the towering Robbie Cundy at centre-back. Wright will pick this ball up again in his own penalty area. Plays it out to Whitmore. He's got Newton on this left-hand side. Won't use him. We'll go back to Robbie Cundy. And Hall Johnson crosses the pitch once again to Whitmore. This is Osborne. Comes inside. But that's dispossessed by Charlie Cooper. Great work from him. It's 1 against 3. And McGuckin will shoot. It just goes wide of the post. That's a really good chance there for Kieran McGuckin to double Yeovil's lead. He drags the shot wide though, and it remains 1-0.
Excellent. I mean, what they've done is they've set themselves in a lovely position to go and set the trap, and then they've gone off the trigger. It's really sloppy play from Osborne in the middle of the park from Solihull. I was just watching it. They ended up with a front four going really high, Solihull, and no bodies in the middle of the pitch. That's fine if you're going into that front four, but they went through the middle, give the ball away. Cooper won it back, drove forward, ended up with McGuckin. McGuckin's in a good area. It's one of them ones you're not going to say it's an easy chance.
Right.
It's a half chance, but he's got to hit the target, and he's missed the target.
43 minutes on the clock. Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 1 if you're joining us at the end of the first half. That's going to be handball and a free kick that goes Yeovil Town's way. It was a ball poked up on the toes of Josh Sims that hit the arm of, I think it was Cam Newton. Joe Newton. I've done it again. Joe Newton, incidentally, 38 appearances, his 39th this afternoon, 7 yellow cards this season for the man that has number 3 on his back. And the free kick goes Yeovil's way. It's going to be taken by Aidan Stone, who's blazing in orange in that Yeovil goalkeeping kit. About a minute to play of normal time here at Damson Park.
And be a good afternoon if we don't mention his name so much, Stone, and we haven't.
Yeah.
It's been a really nice, quiet afternoon for him so far. The only thing he's had to deal with is a couple of crosses, if that, from set pieces that Yeovil have defended really well, and him just really, with his distribution, just playing balls forward. And I'm sure Mark and all the Yeovil players will be delighted with that if that continues.
Down goes Ferguson, and I think the throw-in is going to be taken again on this near-hand side from Solihull. Players, fans and staff of Yeovil Town alike were saying, hold on, he's come about 10 yards forward there, and I think the referee's going to have a word with Matty Taylor, the Solihull manager. Board will go up shortly for added time as we approach the end of the first half. 45 minutes are almost up. So this throw-in will be retaken on the near-hand side. Newton will throw it in off the head of Bernard. Inside to Low Everton. And yeah, Whittle will get that. Play it forward to McGuckin. He's going to run in behind. Robbie Cundy does well to deal with him for the moment. Actually, McGuckin's won the ball back on the far-hand side. 3 minutes of added time. And that's a foul on McGuckin. That's a bad foul on McGuckin as well. He's rolling around in pain at the edge of the area. It will be a yellow card for Robbie Cundy. And
no, it's Hall Johnson, I think.
Ah, okay.
Or maybe not. Yes, it is Hall Johnson.
Yes, Hall Johnson, yeah. Sorry, I saw Robbie Cundy walking away and I thought he's going to catch up with him. But yeah, Hall Johnson into the book. Fair yellow card?
Yeah, definitely. Out of control tackle, ball's nowhere near. Late tackle, he's trying to actually recover for Robbie Cundy. Robbie Cundy's got to the ball first. Long ball gone forward. McGuckin's done what you want from your main striker. He's got his body in, he's hustled, he's bustled. He's got Robbie Cundy out of the road, gone the wrong side of Robbie Cundy, and then Reece Hall Johnson is trying to recover that mistake. And he's gone in and... yes, a really poor challenge. Really, really poor challenge then on McGuckin. But he seems to be okay.
Yeah, he is up. He's nursing an injury on, I think, his left foot. So he's hobbling away. But McGuckin will stay on.
And a really good area. Right on the corner of the 18-yard box, left-hand side of the pitch. It's one of those ones... I always like these as an in-swinger. You whip these ones in and aim for that far post, just inside that far post. And you've seen these go in before where no one gets any contact. Get down the eye line of the goalkeeper. It's a really positive position to be in right on half-time for Yeovil.
Otis Khan and Charlie Cooper over the wall for this one. This will probably end the first half here at Damson Park. Yeovil, a goal to the good. And Charlie Cooper will shoot, actually. Goes over the bar. High, wide and handsome from Charlie Cooper. Not the right effort, not the right idea. And it's a goal kick that goes Solihull's way. Still 1-0.
Yep, and son gets a turning off from his dad. Right there.
Yeah.
I mean, minimum you've got to hit the target. When I'm talking about shaping those balls, you don't... Too many players aim for the top corners. They want to hit top bins. This saying about top bins now.
Yeah.
Hit the target first and foremost. We've seen it already with the goal. You hit the target or you put the ball on line of the goal. You never know what can happen, as I said. Can skid off a defender, anything, or even just creeping in that far post. But that's such a cheap shot that's gone flying over and high and wide and handsome and out for a goal kick.
47 minutes played. 1 to go of the additional 3 here in the West Midlands. Ball is played out from the goal kick. And Whitmore has it. Goes left to Newton. Nice Cruyff turn to get away from Josh Sims. Pokes the ball forward, but that's good for Kyle Ferguson to deal with. At 20 seconds to go here of the first half. Whitmore takes the ball once again and plays it forward to Osborne. Back to Whitmore. And Low Everton will chase that ball. It's a low clearance from Ollie Wright. Khan inside to Low Everton, picks the ball up 25 yards from goal. Khan once again, out wide to Sims. Nice ball from Otis Khan. Ball in from Sims, over the head of everyone and over the bar. And the referee calls time on the first half. Half-time whistle goes here at Damson Park. Yeovil, a goal to the good. Jerry Gill, your assessment of the first half?
Very well deserved. Excellent, really controlled first half performance from Yeovil. I think defensively in their shape, 4-3-3. They go back into a 4-5-1 nicely. McGuckin's doing a good job at splitting the centre backs. The two wide players doing a great job against their fullbacks, trying to stop them coming out. They're in the mid block, so the first and foremost, their setup's great. The flip side of that is they've looked really effective down this right hand side. Khan's done really well coming off the shape, sort of inside 10 area on the left hand side, not so much on the outside with Whittle, but down this side with Sims, with Bernard. We're seeing Cooper joining in down this right hand side as well, and the goal's a really good goal, honestly. Great bit of patient play. It's gone round the left hand side, back out to the right. Sims ends up with a shot, and we say that it's an effort that's on target, that's taken a deflection by a defender. We're arguing about which one at the moment. We'll wait for the footage to see that. But the important thing is they go in 1-0 and they deserve the 1-0 lead. It looks a lacklustre Solihull, if I'm being honest. A really poor first half performance from the home side. But we have to focus on Yeovil. Really good first half performance.
Yeah, Yeovil go in, as you say, Jerry, the deserved winning team so far. I'll send you back to the studio. So enjoy half time. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Where here at Damson Park, it's Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 1.
Wales are in action against Scotland, and as we welcome listeners on 95.5 FM, I can tell you that Bristol City women are goalless at half time. It's Blackburn 0, Bristol City women 0 in the Women's Championship. OK, I'll chat to Jerry Gill and Lee Mansell shortly, but first the latest on the roads. Here's Toby.
Thank you very much, Richard. Good afternoon. Let's start with that reminder of the M4 being closed in both directions. This is between junction 18 for Bath to junction 19 at the M32 in Bristol. That's due to weekend roadworks until the early hours of Monday morning. There is a diversion in operation. This is via the M32 and the A4174 through Hambrook and Emerson Green, but it is looking very busy on the surrounding roads, especially on the link road around Hambrook and Emerson Green. In Brislington, we've got the usual queuing traffic on Brislington Hill going both ways. In Bath, there is slow-moving traffic on London Road, heading westbound just before Cleveland Bridge. In Taunton, roadworks are causing delays on Upper High Street and Mary Street. That's heading towards the traffic lights by Sainsbury's, and there is stop-start traffic on North Street in both directions. In Yeovil, there's queuing traffic on Sherborne Road, that's heading eastbound towards Babylon Hill roundabout. Then on the railways, buses are running instead of trains on GWR services between Swindon and Reading and between Swindon and Bath Spa. That's due to engineering work, so do check before you travel this afternoon. If you spot anything on the roads or on the railways we should be mentioning, give us a call if it's safe and legal. That number to call, 08000 855 949.
Yeah, thank you. Taunton have just conceded a goal, so it's now Taunton Town 1, Walton and Hersham 1, and still Basingstoke 0, Frome Town 1. Half time at Playmore, Torquay 0, Bath City 0. It's also Weston 0, Chesham 0.
Charlie Taylor at breakfast.
BBC Radio Somerset.
Is there a moment that really sticks in your mind from your career with the air ambulance?
I remember one of my first days at work when I couldn't believe I was flying around in a helicopter for a living and that I was able to just make such a difference to patients' lives.
Charlie Taylor.
You've come up with some interesting ice cream flavours in the past, haven't you?
We made a whole Christmas dinner out of ice cream, down to sage and onion stuffing, Brussels sprout.
I'll have a cone and I'll have a 1 scoop Brussels sprout, 1 scoop sage and onion stuffing, and yes, I will have a flake with that, thank you.
Charlie Taylor at breakfast.
Weekdays from 6.
BBC Radio Somerset. Saturday Sport.
BBC Radio Bristol and BBC Radio Somerset.
Well, last week wasn't much fun for Bristol Rovers, and to be honest, this afternoon hasn't been much better.
And he's overhit the ball. No, it's Hepburn Murphy. Still got it. And now it's a great chance for Doyle. Doyle scores. He had time to steady himself. It was all created by that driving run from the back. And from around 12 yards out, Ward was left pretty exposed. 19 minutes in, Crawley Town 1, Bristol Rovers 0. Kamari Doyle.
Anyone listening to that first half, Lee, will be concerned. You described it as passive. It's a concern, isn't it? At the moment, Rovers are going to leave Crawley bottom 4 empty-handed.
Yeah, and I think I'm being really kind in using the word passive. Obviously, live on air, I can't use the real words I would like to use at this moment in time. It's so frustrating watching these guys, you know, because there is talent there, but they're just for whatever reason they're just not at it. They're playing against a Crawley side that's 22nd in the division at this moment in time. They've got a massive fragility in terms of playing out from the back. If you set your press right, you've got opportunities there to go on the counter, but they just don't look like they're set up right. They look like they're mismatched. They look really disorganised. Some of the defending for the goal is nothing short. It was like I was watching my lads under 10 side this morning. The way that Clinton's come flying into the Crawley winger and he gets rolled too easy. Then the missed touch and James Wilson doesn't make the tackle. Then Jack Hunt doesn't make the tackle, and then the lad Doyle's got all the time in the world then to just go and slot it past Jed Ward. And as I said, I think we keep using the excuse maybe too many times while Rovers are playing from home. It's going to change. Like this isn't just a mindset thing at this moment in time. This is fundamentally something is wrong in the setup, and it's something that needs to be looked at, because, like I said, we're lucky that Burton aren't playing today, because I can't see us at this moment in time, 45 minutes in, I can't see us getting anything out of this game.
Now that is a concern. Second half to come on BBC Radio Bristol, BBC Radio Somerset, DAB 1566 medium wave. A king without a crown says it's painful to watch at times, being cut open far too easily and seems to be lacking urgency and energy. Crawley's poor finishing keeping us in it at the moment. #UTG, that's king without a crown, via at BBC Bristol Sport. Better news if you're a Yeovil fan.
Josh Sims going to take his man on. Does really well, does Josh Sims, to get into the box and fires a low shot in. It's in. Yeovil have scored. Near post. I think that's going to go down as an own goal. It's a delayed reaction from the Yeovil Town fans as well. Low ball in on the far hand side, the right. It comes off of, I think, Alex Whitmore, and on 27.5 it's Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 1.
And given recent results, Jerry Gill, I know there's 45 minutes to go. Mark Cooper's going to be very happy with that.
Yeah, it's nice to have a positive afternoon so far here, Rich. It's been a really controlled. Reminds me of the Maidenhead, which we covered. Really good defensively, sat in a 4-3-3, 4-5-1 without the ball, but they're causing a lot of problems down Solihull's left-hand side, and with Sims, Barnard, Ivan and Cooper joining in from midfield. Some good chances is where the goal came from. Nice play up from the left, worked his way across to the right-hand side, and Sims has struck it real firm, like across goal. Doesn't look like it's going in, Rich. I'm not sure if it came off Newton or Whitmore. We got a pillar in our way, but the important thing is Yeovil are 1-0 up and they deserve to. I've got to say it's against a side here in Solihull that are lacklustre, void of ideas, and they don't look a good side, but we have to focus on Yeovil, and at the moment they deserve to be 1-0 up.
Okay, enjoy the second half. That's on 95.5 FM. Torquay 0, Bath City 0, Weston-super-Mare 0, Chesham 0. Taunton having a disastrous end to the first half. It's Taunton 1, Walton and Hersham 2, and it's Basingstoke 0, Frometown 1. Elsewhere, Yate 1-0 down at Bideford. It's Bristol Manor Farm 0, Tavistock 2. 0-0 Evesham against Cribbs, and it's Helston 0, Larkhall Athletic 1. Jake Hicks with the goal there. Blackburn 0, Bristol City Women 0, a half-time score at Ewood Park. Coming up at 5:30, Bristol Bears against Exeter. That's across all our frequencies on BBC Radio Bristol. Pat Lam admitting this week that links to the Wales head coach role are flattering, but insists he remains focused on the massive job he has at Bristol Bears. He's emerged as the favourite with the bookmakers to become the next head coach of the Welsh national side, following Warren Gatland's departure in February.
Yeah, well, it's flattering, but for me, there's massive job this week and big job this year. We've done, it's for, when I look back at time here as soon as the club and all the ups and downs and all the things we're doing off the field, I'm really excited by where we are as a club. There's a few things we still need to do, and certainly one of them is to win the title. I think 12 months ago we were sitting in this, coming out of this block and sitting in 8th place, and we just missed out the last day. We're sitting in second, so it's all in our control. We've done a lot of good work. We feel refreshed. We feel excited, ready to go. I think when we got to the end of the Prem, then the Prem Cup and the double headers meant we had to play a lot of guys. Everyone was tired, but now it's a completely different picture. Now everyone's, just raring to go, and we understand the challenge Exeter are going to bring. We don't have a great record against them at our home ground, and that's something we certainly need to put it right.
Yeah, is international though? Is that something that you've maybe thought that you'd like to do at some point in your career?
For me, it's like right from when I started, I've been coaching for a long time now, and did international with Scotland, did international with Samoa, and did international with the Pacific Islanders. For me, it's about the right job. and I had no plan to be in Connacht. I had no plan to be in Bristol. For me, it's about I've always just focused on the role that I'm doing. I do like the challenges that because I love the game and I love coaching. The big thing I love doing is organisational change as well. I think because for you to be successful, so much has to be right. And when I look at with Connacht now, and I look back and how they're going since I've left, it's they're still going really well, and that's because of some huge structural things you have to put in place, and that's what we're doing here at Bristol. People think it's just the rugby. The rugby can't be sustainable and successful if things aren't in place and the right people. And that's what I'm excited by. So we're in a great place now to, because I don't want us just to win one title, and I don't want us to, we've been consistently a premiership team, which is one big thing from when I arrived here with the 10 years previously. But now it's about putting everything in place to make sure that we're consistently challenging for the titles.
Backland there with Dan. 5:30 kickoff, BBC Radio Bristol. Bristol Bears against Exeter Chiefs. Half-time in League One. It's Crawley 1, Bristol Rovers 0. The second half coming up shortly. Elsewhere, Wrexham playing Stockport this afternoon. Betty Glover.
And at half-time, Wrexham have the lead at the break thanks to a Jay Rodriguez penalty. Initially saved, but he followed up and sent it through the keeper's legs. His first goal since signing for the club in January. Initially, the penalty wasn't actually given, but the ref changed his mind. Some might say it was a bit of a harsh handball because Toure was in mid-air with his back to the ball, but it's a blow for Stockport because they are really starting to control this one. Momentum now very much in Wrexham's favour. Wrexham 1, Stockport 0.
Saturday Sport.
BBC Radio Bristol and BBC Radio Somerset.
Okay, the teams are coming out. 95.5 FM. It's Solihull against Yeovil with Jerry Gill and Josh Perkins.
Hello. Yeah. All good? Welcome back to Damson Park here in Solihull for the second half of Solihull Moors versus Yeovil Town. Yeovil currently a goal to the good with a, we think, an own goal on 27 minutes or so. Just waiting for both teams to come out of the tunnel here at the ground as Bristol Rovers finished early. So, we have a few more minutes before we get kicked off here for the start of the second half. Honestly, Jerry Gill, former Yeovil Town midfielder, is with us for this second half, and it's pretty much more of the same for Yeovil.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can see Mark Cooper's come out already, so there's not too much for him to say at half-time. It's he set them up really well. They're playing really well. They look like they're going to be a threat when they get down this right-hand side. We'll be over the far side this half, so yeah, they're in good nick today. They look a good side, and they're playing against a side that, for a home side, I think they've been really poor, if I'm being honest, Josh. They've not come out with any real bounce about them, no energy. I mean, the manager's screaming on the dugout here, shouting, press, get after them, but they're not. They're reluctant to do it. I think they'll probably make a change at half-time. I haven't seen anyone yet, but it looks like they'd have to make a change on what they're showing here at the moment. So, yeah, no two halves are the same, Josh. That's the worry. So let's hope that for Yeovil, they come out and they're just as solid. Don't go and chase the game, and make sure that they're still creating chances when they get an opportunity to as well.
Looks like Yeovil will be unchanged in this second half as substitutes warming up on the pitch in front of us. Got Harvey Greenslade away to our left-hand side, just doing his own warm-up, a couple of side steps and knees out and knees in, open the gate and close it and all of that kind of stuff. Ryan McLean there, as well as Corey Corner, the young 18-year-old, making his fourth appearance in the matchday squad as both sides make their way back onto the playing surface here at Damson Park. It's weird. I've been to a lot of away games this season for Yeovil Town, and they do tend to play better away from home. I don't know, be it if that's the pressure this season of Hewish Park, but yeah, they just seem to have a better away record.
Yeah, they do. I spoke about it during that first half. At times, home teams, I'm not just saying Yeovil here, because my experience being at Twerton Park, they want you to go out and win a game immediately. They want you to be on the front foot immediately. Sometimes opposition don't allow it. There's two teams that are always playing in a game of football, and each team are trying to win. Each team are trying to get to the goal as quick as they possibly can without being under pressure, and they're trying to defend their box. The game doesn't work like that, Josh. It really doesn't. So there's going to be times when you need to be patient. There needs to be times when you can play around and then wait for the opening, draw them out. And the goal from Yeovil there epitomises everything I'm saying. It was a bit of patient play from the left-hand side. They worked their way to the right. There was an overload suddenly down this side, and they end up scoring. So, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it does suit them a little bit going away from home, but most teams are set up in that way where there's no pressure on them away from home, because all you think you're trying to do is get a point. But they're in a position at the moment, this win could be enough for safety for Yeovil. Let's hope they can continue in the same vein of form second half and come away from Solihull with 3 points.
One change at half-time for Solihull Moors. It looks like Manny Duku has gone off for John Bostock. The number 15 makes his way onto the pitch, and we are back underway here for the second time. On for,
I think it could be Tipton.
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah, Oliver Tipton off and John Bostock on. Bostock, 32 appearances this season, made his pro debut at 15 for Crystal Palace, signed for Spurs for £700,000 in 2008, and has played in Canada, Belgium, France and England.
Yeah, excellent player. I've seen a lot of him. He's your stereotypical centre midfielder that will go around, do his business, does a bit of everything, likes to break play up, good on the ball as well.
Good work from Low Everton to get the ball in the box on the far hand side, the right, but it goes over the head of Otis Khan, and Solihull come away with the ball as Terry will stride forward and play it wide to Whittle and inside to Cooper. Nice idea from Cooper to put the ball over in a bit of a banana ball along this near hand side the left, but it's out for a Solihull throw.
Yeah, it looked like it's set up in a 4-2-3-1 now. Bostock and Osborne has sit as a midfield two. They're allowed Duku now. It looks like Duku's going to play him behind slightly, doesn't it? Or maybe flip across a little bit as well. With Holman playing as a 10 or two strikers together up there as well. But they've got to attack the game. They're 1-0 down at home. They've got to go after it.
Cooper out wide to Sims. Goes inside to Low Everton on a bit of a push on Josh Sims, but Yeovil still in possession. Cooper puts the ball over. That's over the head of Otis Khan and into the arms of Ollie Wright, who will roll it out to Alex Whitmore. 37 appearances for him, 5 goals. So that ball is booted long from the far hand side of the left for Solihull, and Frankie Terry's going to try and win that for Yeovil. Does. Good work from him. And the number 40 comes forward past the halfway line on this left hand side. Khan takes a moment, drops the shoulder, goes backwards to Ferguson. Another ball out wide to Sims, tries to win that header and does get to the ball actually. Newton doesn't realise the ball has dropped. Sims driving forward into the box now on this right hand side, ball chipped in, and it's just wide from I think Charlie Cooper is driving forward to hit that towards goal, and it's wide of Ollie Wright's right post.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, exactly. And it's still 1-0.
Great bit of play from Yeovil. Really is good play. Again, good bit of patience. Work it out on a diagonal out to Sims. Sims wins it airily. You wouldn't say that many times. He gets the second ball up against Newton. Drives in the box. It's a great ball in the box, and it ends up with Charlie Cooper, that third man run that we spoke about, and he's gone with his right foot instead of his left. Because he's gone with his right, it's gone on the outside of his ankle and gone wide. Easy to say though, it's a half chance, but a really good bit of play from Yeovil. You can see that confidence just suddenly oozes in this team. Once they get in a position where they're winning the game, it starts to ooze a little bit.
Alex Whittle will take this throw in on the near hand side. Sees an opportunity, throws it forward off the head of a Solihull player, and McGuckin won't be able to get onto that, but Yeovil do win another throw in on this near hand side, again taken by Alex Whittle, wearing the captain's armband this afternoon in the green and white of Yeovil, headed on by Solihull, and Holman tried to turn. Cooper wants to fire that towards the Solihull goal, and it will bounce over the head
Yeah, they've gone to a 4-4-2, definitely. Holman and Dooku playing as a flat 2 at the top means Yeovil got an overload in midfield. Cousin Dawson will be that one at the pivot. He should be spare every time. Should try and get him on the ball if he possibly can. If not, it's going to be one of the other ones in there, Sonny Blue or Charlie Cooper.
Nice idea from Ferguson to play that ball over to Sims, and Cooper can't pick that up as the ball comes inside. Low Everton now on the inside right channel. Sims drives into the area. Oh, does well to get the ball in.
Yes,
it's a goal.
Great
Yeovil have scored. Fantastic work again down the right-hand side, and Kieran McGuckin is the man that gets the goal to double Yeovil's lead, and on 49.5 minutes, it's Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 2.
I've got to say, that's been coming from the start of the second half as well. We were talking about confidence, how they're oozing from them. The ball's worked wide. Sims is having a fantastic game. I questioned him over the last couple of weeks. I said there's more to come from him. It's one of those days today where I give him the ball, because every time he's got it, he looks dangerous. He's squaring up his fullback in Newton. He's twisted him inside and out. It's a great ball, and I'll tell you what's good about it. It's the arrival from McGuckin, the timing where he's worked from back to front. He's worked himself across to the middle of the goal, and as he's running across, the ball's met him. Momentum, that's all he needs is put contact on the ball, and it's a great finish. Really pleased with McGuckin, but Sims is on fire. Keep giving him the ball.
Sims has absolutely made that goal on the right-hand side, the far side. He was squirming inside and out, and actually went on the outside and dropped, I think it's Newton over on that far side, sat him down, put the ball in, and as you say, Jerry, any kind of contact from McGuckin, the ball goes in. It did, and Yeovil are 2-0 up.
And movement makes a goal. Movement makes a goal. Standard still never scores, and McGuckin's movement is fantastic for a young striker. Love it. I'm really pleased for him. That'll give him heaps and heaps of confidence. And like I say, that right-hand side, again, where the goals come from, keep giving it to Barnard, keep giving it to Sims. Cooper's joining in over there as well. That's a real threat for Yeovil today down there.
Definitely one of the better goals they've scored this season, as Aidan Stone comes to claim that on the edge of his penalty area. Good goalkeeping from the number one.
I'm delighted for Mark. I really am, honestly. I mean, looked at him when the goal goes in. It's hard to get pleasure when you haven't won in 5,
right,
and he's keeping it under his hat, whereas Todd is up and he's jumping and screaming. Come on, enjoy it, Mark, because you have to, but he knows there's a long way to go in this game. But I'm delighted for him. He set his team up. He's had a lot to deal with again this week, but his team have gone out there. They're always giving 100%, but they're showing the quality they've got as well.
Bit of head tennis in the midfield at the moment. Bostock is on the ball. Goes backwards to Cundy. And across comes McGuckin to try and negate that clearance. He gets it though. Headed on by Terry. Cooper backwards to Stone.
I mean, I have to question Solihull's tactics here, really. I mean, they're being overrun now because they've got 3 men in midfield, Yeovil. He's gone to a 4-2-4 as such, and they're pumping balls forward. Balls are dropping in midfield, and they're not winning the second balls now. So let's hope this continues for Yeovil. There you go. There's a key example. Plenty of room in midfield to go and get on it.
Yeah, turnover in play, and Sims on the ball once again. Still with Josh Sims and back to Bernard, and Cooper plays that long ball over to Josh Sims. Off the back of him, actually, keeps the ball in somehow. Chipped over to Bernard. Backheeled there, getting fancy a Yeovil, and Sonny Blue Everton stands on the ball and isn't able to get the ball and fire it into the box. See that Harvey Greenslade is warming up on this near hand side. Might see the introduction of him shortly.
That tells you you're having a good afternoon, Sims, because he's not looking at the ball. Ball's gone off his back and he's ended up a pass to Sonny Blue Everton.
Yeah.
That tells you when you're having a good afternoon. Long may that continue, by the way.
Yeah. Nice little back heel from Don Bernard as well. Yeovil are really enjoying their football this afternoon.
Well, it's great to see, Josh. It really is. You know, these lads have been in some real difficult times this season. I talk about the bigger picture with you and Mark as we were having the chat before the game. The bigger picture for Yeovil Town is if they finish mid-table, that's a fantastic season.
Yeah.
With all the trials and tribulations they've had to go through as well. Big turnaround of players leaving, etc., etc. Always think of the bigger picture.
Hall Johnson on the ball, on loan from fellow National League club Barnet. And dispossessed. That's a turnover to Yeovil. Cooper goes back to Stone. Takes a touch on the inside of his right foot and plays it forward. McGuckin tries to head that on, can't do so.
There's another change for Solihull imminent. By the looks of it, Stevenson's going to be coming on.
Yeah, Bradley Stevenson, the number 14. 35 appearances, 4 goals this season. As Ferguson is able to calm things down, just takes a moment. Passes forward to Cooper and out wide to Sims. Ball forward to Low Everton. Nice work there. Nice drop of the shoulder from Dooku, but with Bostock in the middle of the park. Osborne out wide to Hall Johnson, and Khan tries to close that down. Backwards now with Cundy. Hall Johnson getting up further upfield. Headed on again by Terry. And Whittle can't keep that in play, so it will be a throw-in for Solihull as they make a change. Yeah, Bradley Stevenson on the number 14, and he is replacing the number 20.
Holman, by the looks of it.
Yeah, Fletcher Holman will make way. As Yeovil have done a big job, really, in negating Holman. He's had a few touches and a couple of runs here and there, but all in all, Holman has been fairly absent.
Yeah, and he's trying to solve that problem now at 2-0 down of the three in midfield. So he's stuck Stevenson as a 10. So there's the two midfielders in Bostock and Osborne.
McGuckin tries to run in behind, and Cundy sees him on his left shoulder. That's hit the back of Low Everton and gone forward to McGuckin. Sims on this inside right channel, blasting forward is the number 19, inside to Cooper, lays it off for Low Everton, wants to take a shot. That's fantastic work from Low Everton. Otis Khan chips it in, back post, no one's there. Josh Sims tries to get to it. It's it actually is going to result in a corner. It's come off of a Solihull defender. What feet there from Low Everton to take it behind him and then around the corner. Otis Khan tries to chip it in, does do so actually, and Sims can't fire it goalwards, but a corner.
Well, there's your technical players coming to the fore. Really good feet from Sonny Blue, works out to Otis Khan. Great ball, he's at the byline, he has to stand up. There's only one thing he can do. Sims is on the far post and it goes out for a corner far side. The confidence is oozing in this team now, it really is.
Yeah, they play some really good football when their tails are up. Ball is fired in from the far side. Tried to be headed on by Cousin Dawson. Charlie Cooper hit a shot goalwards, so does Alex Whittle! Oh my goodness! Alex Whittle gets his first goal of the season! What a birthday treat that is after celebrating it last Saturday. He's just hit that from about 25 yards out centrally, and it's fired into the top right-hand corner. And on 56 minutes, it's Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 3.
Wow.
Take a bow, Alex Whittle.
What a goal. I mean, listen, it's ended up with a corner to start with off the really good play from Yeovil. It's then second phase stuff that we talk about, but you're not expecting the left-back Whittle to go and drive it in from 25-30 yards over right in goal. It's actually one of those controlled ones as well. He's not actually stuck his foot through it. He's actually almost played it with the inside of his foot, and it's a looping one with pace and power. Goes over right, which is no mean feat because he's 6'2", 6'3". Great goal from Yeovil. Nothing more than they deserve as well. Fantastic.
It's one of those ones where, as you say, it's looping into the goal. And you think, go on. And it goes in.
It kept going, Josh, didn't it? It really did. He didn't put his foot through it, like we say. It's a controlled strike. It really is. That goal would be, if it's seen anywhere in the world, they'd be absolutely waxing lyrical about it because it's a controlled strike. He's had a really good game at left back as well. And in fact, he's been one of the most consistent performers in this team whenever I've seen him. He's had his niggles, he's had his injuries. I'm really pleased for the Yeovil fans. Look at them behind the goal down there. They're buzzing now. They're seeing such a good performance from their team away from home. Confidence is oozing. The technical players are getting on the ball. And Solihull look absolutely beat. Let's be honest, they look beat.
Yeah, this game is all but won. That goal from Alex Whittle was hit and stayed hit. And as you say, you go to the likes of FC Halifax Town or Rochdale and you don't get a win. But these travelling fans only have to go to Solihull and they win 3-0 so far.
Yeah, and let's hope it could be more. They have to make sure they don't concede. Games can be turned really quickly, Josh. We've seen that. But at the moment, there looks no way back. Every time Solihull on the ball is breaking down. The defensive shape from Yeovil is so good they can't break them down, but also how they're expressing themselves on the ball.
Greenslade is going to enter the fray for Yeovil, the number 27, and departing the field is the goal scorer of the second goal, and what a goal it was, Kieran McGuckin. So he is off the pitch, has had a really good game. McGuckin has run behind and got a lot of, balls in behind and made it work across that front line.
Yeah, and he's struggled with his calves of recent weeks, so it's a really sensible substitution. What you don't want to do is get him injured. He's put in a great shift for an hour there. Got his deserved goal as well. He's got his body in the line when he can, winning free kicks, winning fouls. He's had a really good hour. I'm really pleased for him.
Yeah, and fans will be happy to hear that Harvey Greenslade is onto the pitch in an attacking role. and has been really good off the bench in recent weeks for Yeovil.
Well, we see him score a wonderful goal at Maidenhead.
Yeah.
Sort of flicked it around the corner with his right foot.
Long throw in from Whitmore, or Osborne actually, and that's headed out by Sims on the edge of the penalty area, and Greenslade manages to turn it forward. That's high and away by Johnson to the near hand side, the right for Solihull. And Otis Khan can drive through the middle, plays it out to Greenslade, who has fresh legs, will use them. Will he get it over Newton? He might keep this ball in on the far hand side. He just about does, goes down, wins Yeovil a free kick. That is fantastic work from Harvey Greenslade.
Brilliant, great ball into space. Harvey Greenslade, that's what he's all about. He's one that wants to run beyond and run down into channels. Great effort, runs all the way across the pitch into the bottom corner in front of the Yeovil fans, gets his body in the line, and a really poor foul. When you've got your player in front of you there, last thing you do is give it away.
Right.
Touches in Whittle, over he goes.
Yeovil
Another corner.
Yeah. Oh, it is, yeah, it's gone out for a corner as well. Harvey Greenslade amongst the Yeovil Town fans on that far side away to our left, celebrating that like it was a goal as Yeovil win this corner on the far hand side. An hour played here at Damson Park. It's Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil 3 as that ball is whipped in to the head of Frankie Terry. It's off of the top of that of his head and cleared long by Solihull Moors. Bernard, the only player back alongside Aidan Stone. He will use him, and Stone gets the ball in his penalty area. 3-0.
And it's a deserved 3-0.
Yeah.
This isn't coming here and you've scored 3 lucky goals from set pieces. 3 really, really good goals. The third one, like I said, wow, what a goal that is. And they're playing so well. Like I said, once your technical players have got their spirit up and their confidence up, they look such a good side. And that physicality that we're worried about has not really been seen because Yeovil are moving that ball that well. They can't impose themselves on the game, Solihull.
Forward comes Frankie Terry, lays it off to Khan. Still going as Khan on this near hand side. Doesn't play the pass with much conviction. So it's turned over. Hall Johnson will fire it into the midfield. This is Osborne. Plays a long diagonal ball really to no one. And Aidan Stone will come out of his penalty area and boot that long to the head of Whitmore. Controlled by Low Everton. Out wide to Sims on the far hand side.
Go and enjoy themselves now.
Yeah,
Go and enjoy the ball. Every player.
Ball in.
Great
ball
ball
over the head of Greenslade. Nice idea. As you say, enjoy their football, express themselves now.
Yep. Well, remembering what's got them to this point, like I said, we spoke about it at half time. Their shape without the ball, their setup that Mark's got them in, the tactically, has allowed them to go on and get 3-0 up in this game. Now it's up to the players then to go and carry it out, and once they've then realised that they're hard to break down, they've gone and gotten the ball, they understand where the weakness is in this Solihull side. It's been their left-hand side and Solihull's right, and that's where all the goals have come from.
Absolutely. The voice of former Yeovil Town midfielder and former Bath City manager Jerry Gill. We've got about just under half an hour to go here in the West Midlands. As I say, if you're joining us late, Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 3. Own goal, Kieran McGuckin and Alex Whittle on the score sheet this afternoon. In what's been a very enjoyable afternoon. And a debut for myself and Jerry, so I'm not going ahead and saying with a good luck charm, but...
Yeah, there we go, mate.
Yeah, first win.
I'd love to be with you every week, mate, but I want to get a job as well. That's the other side of things.
Yeah, sorry, you've actually got management to do.
Yeah, thanks, mate. That's me putting an advert out live on the radio.
There you go.
Come and get me.
Headed on by Greenslade on the far hand side. Sims trying to win the ball from Newton. Newton wins that battle. Comes backwards to Ferguson and inside to Khan. Tries to keep the ball down forward to Low Everton, but loses out, dispossessed, and Solihull are back on the ball. On that far hand side, the left ball over on that inside left channel. Good height there from Ferguson to win the header and wins the over a free kick as well.
They've been impressive, the two young centre-backs as well, having never played together before. That's really difficult to try and form a partnership with only 9 games, 8 games, whatever's left. So they've done really well. Like Ferguson, he looks a good size, good presence there as well. And Terry looks like he's been playing football at centre-back for about 40 years. He looks like an old head on young shoulders,
just
for
like
sure.
His dad.
Yeah, and good balance about him as well. So they've not had an awful lot to do as a back four, and certainly we haven't mentioned Stone too much.
Right.
But what they have done, they've done really well.
Diagonal ball over to the head of Greenslade. Low Everton can't keep that down. Oakley will be a foul on Oakley, and a Solihull free kick committed by one of the goal scorers, Alex Whittle.
You don't mind that. A free kick on the halfway line, that's okay. It's what I call clever foul.
So Oakley is still down at the moment, just nursing the back of his head as we wait for him to return to his feet, and Solihull to take this free kick, as Jerry says, on the halfway line within the centre circle. 64.5 minutes played. Solihull 0, Yeovil 3. And you'd imagine, I'm not quite sure on the points tally for Yeovil, but this win plus another, maybe results around them go the right way, and Yeovil are fairly safe within the National League this campaign.
I think Markaby obviously want to get as many points as possibly can, but this will go a long way, not only free kick, not only in points, but also in confidence for the team as well going forward. So this as it stands at the moment is a really convincing away performance again, and to get to 49 points now, you're probably right, another win would see them really safe and secure, which they deserve as well, and what a wonderful season that will be. People might find that's a strange comment, but it really is. I've seen enough of this National League now to know how competitive and how tough it is. First time of asking coming back up. Of course, Mark knows he's got some things wrong, we all do as managers, but he's got a lot of things right as well. So let's hope tonight he gets a lot of credit, a lot of praise, because he does deserve it. I know what it's like stood on that sideline. He's finding it hard to enjoy the goals going in, and at times in the breaks I'm watching him and his head's down because he's had to go through a lot. And sometimes managers deserve credit, and he certainly does here today.
Calm to Cooper on this near-hand side. It's a fair 50-50 between Oakley and Cooper. Scores in the National League. Filed a 2-0 up at home to Forest Green Rovers. So that's going to dent their hopes of getting as high as they want to in the playoff places. Aldershot 2, Ebbsfleet 3. What a game that is. Braintree 1, York 1. Eastleigh 1, Southend 2 as the players restarted in the corner with Greenslade. Oakley wants to try and get that clear. For Stock, turns out, on his own goal line. And that will roll out for a Solihull throw-in on this near-hand side. Gateshead 0, Tamworth 1. Hartlepool 2, Boston United 1. Maidenhead 1, Rochdale 1. Oldham 1, Halifax 0. And Wealdstone and Woking are goalless. Altrincham against Barnet is a 5:30 kickoff, as that ball is cleared out of the box from Whitmore. Ferguson for Yeovil. Tried to be headed on by Low Everton, but Verstock wins that. Reese Hall Johnson goes to Cundy, and Cundy goes back to Wright. And Wright will clear as Greenslade tries to nick that off of the clearance.
And what I like about this is they're still pressing. They're sat in the mid-block, but they're going after them, and they're showing that intent physically with their athleticism, Yeovil as well. And that's what got them in a position to be 3-0 up in this game. Without the ball, they've been absolutely terrific this afternoon.
Robbie Greenslade gets, there will be a foul on him. Whitmore comes forward and clips the ankles of Greenslade. Jerry Gill, do you want to know the Bath City score?
They're 1-0 up, are they?
Torquay are 1-0 up.
Ah, boo.
At home to Bath City.
Boo. Boo. Well, that's a tough ask, isn't it? Listen, they've gone in. I'd never have a bad word to say about my former club. I was there for 7 years. Yeah. When managers leave, often there's sour bits, but not a bad word to say about the club. What the new manager has done is inherited a wonderful squad. He's really fortunate in regard. He's got a lot of those players back now that we were missing from the start of the season.
Is back. And
you likes of Ewan Clark, Luke Russ, who have both signed new deals recently as well. They're really good players, good signings we got in. Jordan Tilson. So there's a good squad there, and hopefully next season they can have a stronger season, because we finished in the playoffs last year. People forget that. Yeah. Really good season. And I wish everyone all the best down at Bath City, because, like I say, I was there 7 years as a manager, Josh, and 5 years as a player. I don't get a lot of time to talk about this. It means a lot to me as a club. It's obviously a lot of my life spent there, so I only wish them all the best going forward.
Of course. Yeah, Ewan Clark is a player as well. I watched Bath City for BBC Radio Somerset last weekend, and Ewan Clark scored a really good goal in the 2-0 win at home to Bridge. This is the National League Premier, though, and Solihull against Yeovil. Yeovil 3-0 up in this game, as that goal kick is taken by Wright and forward to Oakley, but he rolls off the back of Oakley and will be a Yeovil Town throw-in on this near-hand side.
Yeah, and it's not easy winning football matches. I mean, that's what I'm saying about Mark. You go through spells where you can't buy a win, and you try everything, you tweak it, and suddenly all the injuries seem to come along at the same time. So that's why I'm delighted for everyone at Yeovil Town here this afternoon. I really am. You come into this, on the back of not having won for 5 and having lost the last 4 games and conceded a lot of goals. It's 10 goals in 4 games. But they don't look like conceding here this afternoon. They look really solid. And as I keep repeating myself, that's what gives you the base. You must have a good base to build off to allow yourself to go and win games, and that's what Yeovil have had this afternoon.
Whittle tried to find Greenslade. Greenslade headed the ball on, but Khan can't get to it, and Whitmore will clear in the back line for Solihull. Terry does well to negate any danger, but Solihull come forward once again. This is Stevenson, and that ball will go all the way back to Greenslade. Mark Cooper on the touchline below us is claiming for a push on Greenslade. Not going to get it as Bostock comes back into the defence. We'll find Cundy, who has seemingly switched to right back momentarily anyway. Backwards to right, on loan from Southampton. And as I say, Yeovil Town fans know Ollie Wright very well. Was the number 1 earlier this season and was very, very good for Yeovil. Still on the ball is the goalkeeper. Fired forward in the inside right channel, headed on by Terry. That'll be a Solihull throw-in on this near hand side, and a substitution will be made. Looks like Sism Whitehall, the number 38, is coming onto the pitch, and he will replace Jamie Osborne, who has got his 32nd appearance this season, and will relieve his captaincy duties as well. Sism Whitehall onto the pitch, and that's another substitution being made by Solihull Moors. 70 minutes played, 3-0 to Yeovil.
Yeah, Osborne's had a long time out of the team with injury. Yeah. A lot of appearances at the start of the season. He's been out a long time, so protecting him at 3-0, they're probably thinking, right, let's protect him with a run-in.
Looks to set up does Whitehall with a long throw-in on this near-hand side. His introduction first onto the pitch here is going to be a long throw into the mixer, but well claimed by Aidan Stone. Nothing, no danger there for Yeovil Town to deal with. Stone with the ball in between his hands. As Yeovil will reset here, and he rolls it out to Terry. He's got Whittle ahead of him, but it's another diagonal ball across the far hand side, the right. Josh Sims has done really well to climb and head that on. Josh Sims, as I said, he's really not lit the world on fire when he came to Yeovil, but has really impressed me in this game specifically.
Yeah, this is his best performance I've seen in the games I've been covering. There's ability there, and there's a high level of experience as well. Obviously played at a really high level.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say he's a fair weather player by no means, but this afternoon the pitch is good. There's no wind, no rain here. It's a nice afternoon, and he's really expressed himself, and I'm pleased for him. He deserves to get a good performance. Yeah. Hopefully he gets man of the match as well. I think he's been the best player on the pitch by far. He's created 2 of the chances himself as well, arguably 3, because the one that went out for the corner for the volley, he was involved in that as well. So he's had a really, really strong performance. With and without the ball, he's worked hard back, and obviously he's got a lot of talent when he's in possession of the ball as well.
Yeah, Josh Sims, Premier League with Southampton and Scottish Premiership as well with Ross County, and Euro Under-17s winner back in 2014. So
and a Yeovil lad as well, which is nice.
And a Yeovil lad, exactly. Yeah, born in the town. As Newton fires that against Don Bernard, and it will go out for a Solihull throw-in on the far side. Coming up to 73 minutes played here at Damson Park. Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 3. Just under 20 to go here in the National League.
And the game's in that spell, isn't it, now, where, one team's 3-0 up and the other one knows they're beat.
Yeah.
Have Yeovil, and what Mark won't allow, and he doesn't want to, I've just seen him there driving on, he doesn't want to take the foot off the gas. They're saying, come on, let's go and get some more.
Yeah, keep the clean sheet.
Yep. But try and get more goals as well, Josh,
absolutely. Good distribution there from Ollie Wright to realise the danger, and down goes Reece Hall, and Solihull will get themselves a free kick on this near-hand side. Will be taken by, I was going to say Robbie Cundy, but it won't be actually. It's going to be a free kick that's taken by Ollie Wright. It's going to come outside of his penalty area, roll the ball to Cundy, and he will take that quickly. Ollie Wright just, as I say, outside of his penalty area on the inside right channel. Fires it forward with his left foot. And up goes Terry. to defend and push it on. Low Everton. Cooper goes down. Going to complain on a nip on his Achilles tendon there. Down goes Cooper. Yeovil Town free kick.
McLean's coming on for Yeovil as well. Good time to make some changes for Mark. I'm sure he'll protect a few players now.
Yeah, who comes off is the question. Ryan McLean
Probably
will come on.
Sims.
Probably Sims, yeah. And it
Excellent.
is. Called it. Jerry Gill, well done. Josh Sims exits the field on what is a real man of the match performance from him. And Ryan McLean on loan from AFC Wimbledon, the number 37 on his back, will enter the team.
No, he's been fantastic. Josh Sims deserves the round of applause he's getting from the Yeovil fans. I'm sure Mark will give him I was going to say a cuddle, but I don't know if he's a cuddler. But it's a high five it'll do.
Okay.
Half a shoulder, arm around the shoulder.
Yeah.
And he deserves that. Nice smile on his face from Josh Sims, and so he should. Go and enjoy it. The players all got smiles on their faces. And good luck to Whittle, because he's got someone with a bit of pace now going out there up against him in 1v1s. Hopefully McLean gets an impact on the game as well.
That's a free kick taken by Aidan Stone. Down to Harvey Greenslade, who's going to chase that near the corner flag on this near side. Won't win the ball, and it will be a goal kick to Solihull.
But those are the little bits. Look at them. You're looking at Cousin Dawson, you're looking at Ferguson. They're saying well done to Greenslade for harrying and chasing and making sure it's not going out for a goal kick easy. Those are the little bits that make a difference in a team. It really does. There's cohesion in this team. It's just that it's been disjointed that much this season. There's players who want to win in this team. Today's a really good performance. I am pleased for everyone, honestly.
Had a goal kick taken by Ollie Wright. As another plane goes off in the distance to a
Mallorca, that one, mate. I can tell the way it's going, the direction.
Got air traffic control as my summariser. This 0 up against Forest Green as well. Scores in the National League. Aldershot 3, Ebbsfleet 3. What a game that is proving to be.
Non-league day, bringing out the goals.
Yeah, absolutely. This one here, Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 3, 76 minutes played. As Greenslade tries to just antagonise Robbie Cundy. Takes the throw in on the near hand side. The ball is with Whitmore. And back to Newton, and all the way back to Ollie Wright, who cushions the ball with his left foot and plays it out wide to Whitehall. Sissom, Whitehall, backwards to Bostock. And Whitmore, again, cushions the ball with his left foot. Plays a long ball over the top to...
It's not really worked for them, that, Josh, has it? I mean, they've tried that all afternoon. Diagonal balls, over 50, 60 yards, so easy to defend. You can adjust. Often they've been running out for a goal kick first half, this time running straight through the Stone. And we haven't really, and I hasten to say it, I probably don't want to say it, but Stone hasn't had a save to make all afternoon at this point, and that's really unusual away from home. So that tells you how good the shape's been from Yeovil. Also tells you how poor a side Solihull have looked this afternoon.
Forward comes McLean. Ball is into the area. No Yeovil player is in the box to fire that goalwards. It's a good win from Ryan McLean on the far hand side, the right. Gets round his man and manages to put the ball in the box. But as I say, no green and white shirt there to meet it. Cousin Dawson will cannon that backwards to Hall Johnson, and that ball will go out of play for a Yeovil throw-in on this near hand side. Yeah, it's that thing, isn't it? It's coupled with Yeovil being particularly good this afternoon, but also Solihull just being very poor.
Well, yeah, and I keep having to remind myself that Solihull are at home as well.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very reminiscent of the Maidenhead game when I went away and watched and summarised on that game. So, yeah, it's one thing you need for your side, and you're a home supporter. You want some fight and endeavour, some energy, some legs. But, again, they look at a side that's, really struggling, Solihull Moors. No real patterns. I couldn't tell you how they want to play.
Right.
Very direct at times. But yeah, a team that hasn't really created anything all afternoon, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you hear this a lot in modern football. No real identity for Solihull this afternoon, as Newton will strive forward, plays it to Whitehall on the far hand side, the left, backwards to Whitmore, plays it forward to Bostock. Easy to spot him with his shaven head and big old beard on John Bostock. It's a beard that I'm fairly envious of because I can't grow any facial hair, unfortunately. Ollie Wright passes that.
Nothing I struggle with there, mate. I could grow one on the way back on the drive, mate. Me.
You keep it nice and trim as well. Yours is quite well kept.
I try to look after myself, Josh.
Forward comes Whitehall, into the feet Oh, that's nice work there from Dooku initially to do a bit of a roulette and get away from the Yeovil Town defence, but gets the ball muddled up in his feet and can't take a shot goal. With 79 minutes played here at Damson Park, Solihull 0, Yeovil 3. Ball fired over to this near hand side. It comes off the top of the head of Reece Hall-Johnson. Not the greatest idea, and another substitution made for the home team.
Well, it's that diagonal again overhit, and it goes out for a throw in. Really easy. Not hard to defend against that. When you're getting balls hit on you 50, 60 yards, it's so easy as a defender to shuffle across and adjust. It's the ones just over the halfway line, those little balls on diagonals. When you see the top teams like your Man City's do it, where they run from out to in, the diagonal comes over 20, 30 yards, they're really hard to deal with. But when they're doing it over 50, 60 yards, it's just a hopeless, aimless ball that can be defended so well.
Substitution for Solihull Moors. Joe Newton is off, and on comes the number 24, Finn Holmes. So a bit of a like-for-like change there for Solihull, as they want to basically prevent any more goals going in. They're already 3 down. Damage limitation at the moment for the home team. Cousin Dawson wins it in midfield. Nice 1-2 with him, and Low Everton pokes that ball forward to Greenslade, but there's too much on it.
He's done a great job. He's done a great job in there. Cousin Dawson, as we know, he's a centre-back by trade, but I've seen him play there a few times now, understands the role, sits there, doesn't really go to it too far, tries to win all the second balls, track runners, etc. He's played well in there as well.
Ball is in the midfield, but there's seems to be is that off the ball incident?
Oh no, that's nothing.
Kyle Ferguson, he gets a yellow card for it because Dooku is down on the canvas at the moment. Yeah, Kyle Ferguson into the book. Sorry, I was looking at my notes. What happened there, Jerry?
Well, it's an aerial duel. Dooku goes up with Ferguson. When you jump, Josh, and you must have heard this 1,000 times as well, you can't jump with your arms by your side. So as he jumps, his arms are raised. It's not an elbow. It's just an action where you're jumping in the air.
Right.
The referee is given the yellow card because Dooku stayed on the floor, basically. That's the modern game. That's what's happened there. It's a fair challenge by a young centre-back. And the disappointing thing is, and I used to say this to referees and fourth officials, was we coach our defenders to do that.
Right.
You're stopping us from coaching properly, because he's gone up and he's defended really well. Great header, really strong, really aggressive, and it's not a yellow card. Okay. It's not even a foul, to be honest.
You hear that from former players, pundits alike, that it's exactly the thing of when you jump, your arms naturally come up alongside you.
Yep.
There's no malice in the elbow.
He's square onto the ball, Josh, as well.
Right,
it's different if you're coming across someone and you're leaving your elbow across someone. He's not. He's jumping up. His action is straight. He's headed the ball, and he's given leverage to go up and head the ball. You can't jump without doing that. So it's a really... Look, he may well be injured, but that's just a result of a game of football in a duel. It's not because he's gone up with his elbow trying to injure him at all. And I'll be brutally honest with it here. I'm not saying this because I'm a Yeovil ex-player. I'm biased because I'm on the radio for Somerset and Radio Bristol. I'm saying it because I know the game, and that's not a foul. And that young man there doesn't deserve a yellow card. Thankfully, it's only a yellow, but the referee's given it, as I said, because he's injured.
Yeah, you don't want decisions to be made that doesn't make and keep football as football. It's a contact sport.
And here's me sat hoping I wasn't going to talk about referees, fourth officials, and you've got me into it, Josh.
Sorry.
So my stress levels have gone up, having had a few months where my stress levels are under control. You've put me in a situation where they've gone up. Thanks, mate.
That's all right, 82 and a half minutes on the clock. We will get some added time at the end of this game for the stoppages in play. So 7 minutes of normal time to go here. Dooku is back up onto his feet. 4 in 4 for the man born in Amsterdam, but doesn't look like he's going to...
Well, he hasn't had a kick all afternoon.
Not at all, no.
Credit to Yeovil back 4. He really hasn't.
But Stock will take this in-swinging free kick that's headed on, and Aidan Stone manages to claim that. It was a nice idea, nice looped ball over to the back post, but headed back across goal, and Aidan Stone dealt with it.
Yeah, Robbie's near on 6'3", 6'4", and you can't defend against it. Sometimes he's going to win the first contact. The important thing, good information from Stone just before that Terry was just about to put a clearance on it. It's a big shout from the keeper, and he's claimed it. So good communication from what we can call a makeshift back four, but they're players in their own right, in their own positions. It's square pegs in square holes. So they've done a great job in there, and I'm really pleased for the two young lads at centre back as well. They looked a really good partnership this afternoon.
Ryan McLean will chase that down, and it will go the way of Solihull Moors, and a throw in for them on the far side.
And there's little bits you're watching those young lads at centre-back. I watched a bit a minute ago. Ferguson went up for a header. Terry dropped off behind him. That's things that you want to see in partnerships, like I was talking about Wannell and Williams. I mean, imagine having those two in this team. That's a great partnership. Wannell's done really well at this level, and really pleased to see that. I didn't know whether he'd be able to make the jump from National League South, but he'd done, and he has, and he's looked a real competent player at the level. And of course Williams as well, great athlete at this level. Yeah,
Wannell definitely the best player for Taunton when he played in that season, and got the move to Yeovil. He turned me down, mate, but I won't hold any grudges against him if he's listening. Cheers, mate. Thanks once. 84.5 on the clock. Solihull 0, Yeovil 3. And Aidan Stone has the ball in his hands at the moment before drop kicking it forward on the far side, the right. Greenslade tried to win the header, couldn't do so. Backwards to Terry, headed on, and Whittle will clear that more high than far. That'll drop for Finn Holmes, and he'll take this throw in on the near side for Solihull. We'll give him that one, won't we? Seeing he's scored an absolute worldie. He can miss-heat one out for a throw-in, no problem. That's a Yeovil Town goal of the season for sure. Alex Whittle, we have to watch that on the highlights if you're listening to this one on BBC Radio Somerset. Headed on by Cousin Dawson and out by Cooper. Inside to Khan, and turnover in play. Near side the right for Solihull, backwards to Whitmore. Just no way through, is there? No. They've been really good in their shape, honestly. I'll tell you what, they've won a lot of second duels as well, a lot of first balls, a lot of second balls. All those bits, Josh, that you need to have a really good away performance. Inside in the midfield now with Solihull out wide to Oakley. He's got a lot of space actually to move, and into the box goes Oakley. Goes down, I think that comes off of Oakley. No, corner kick for Solihull. I think it did, but he was out of play when it came off him, Josh, so... it's the first corner of theirs in the second half? I think it might be, first corner of the second half for the home team. Oakley wins it for Solihull, and might be a bit of a glimmer for Solihull Moors if they can get something from this set piece. 86 minutes played, 4 to go of normal time, with definitely a few minutes of added time at the end of the 90. Near-sided corner, right arm goes up of Bostock. Off his left foot towards the back post, and Aidan Stone again claims doesn't get hold of the ball actually. It's still in the box. It's off the head of a Yeovil player, and I think a corner on the far side. Thought Stone had grabbed that. Well, he had, and then he fell to the floor, and it managed to squirm its way out from his arm. So, a bit of a tricky moment for Yeovil there. It's hard for us to see. I have to say, we've got a pillar right in our way, haven't we? Yeah. So we're not doing it on purpose. We can't see in the second phase at times. But another change now for Solihull. Josh Ladderby is coming on, another player that's they've missed for a long time this season. He's a strong central midfielder who's had a really good career around as well. So he adds that steel in there. Something they've been missing massively today. As you say, not featured a lot in Solihull's season. 12 appearances for the experienced 34-year-old. As the corner gets whipped in on the far-hand side, it's headed down and across goal. And Solihull can't turn it goalwards. Yeovil getting out of the area momentarily. It's back with John Bostock on the far-hand side, the left. Holmes stands up. Low Everton tries to stand the ball up in the box. It goes out for another corner on the far side, and Solihull in quick succession get their third corner of the second half. Well, it's the first time in almost all the game that we're seeing a sustained spell from Solihull. All too late for me. 87 minutes is great when you're 3-0 down to put a bit of effort in, but it's a corner Yeovil have to defend, because I'm sure Mark will want a clean sheet as well, and the players will for their confidence. Bostock is going to take this the corner again on the far side. An outswinging left-footed corner. The right arm of Bostock goes up, and it's in, floated in, out by Cooper, headed back in by Labadie, and Otis Khan tries to win that, can't do so. Whittle will want to clear this out of his area. It gets put back in though to the mixer, headed on by Whitmore. Holmes wants to take a shot. It falls to Robbie Cundy. It's off of Whittle, bouncing around in the box at the moment. Holmes tries to turn it goalwards, and it's out with Charlie Cooper and Yeovil can for the moment breathe. Yeah, but they've defended the box so well. That's a good sign. Mark Cooper clapping there, rightly so, because they've defended their 18-yard box. They haven't had to for the majority of this game, but when they have, as I said, it's not the first balls. They're winning the seconds, the thirds, the fourth. There's a spell there of sustained pressure, 2 corners in a row, but they've defended really well. There's no shot gone into the goalkeeper. That tells you they're defending well. Right, exactly. Coming up to 89 minutes played, Solihull 0, Yeovil 3. Lewis Twamley will enter the pitch shortly. Bit of pace for the
technical player.
Yeah,
really good one. Signed from Merthyr, played against us in the FA Cup this year at Twerton Park, and we had to do a job on him. Actually, he's had a really good season at Merthyr, and obviously got his move as well. A lot of assists, a lot of goals.
Yeah.
But he's found it difficult at this level to jump up at this stage, so it may take him a bit of time to adjust.
Otis Khan on this near hand side, runs to the byline, keeps the ball in, does really well actually to keep the ball. That should be a foul there, or advantage at least being played by the referee. Down goes Finn Holmes, and Solihull win themselves a free kick. That should be a free kick there on Otis Khan, as you say.
Well, it should have been, yeah. He's doubled up. He's had a good game, Otis, as well. He's not been as prominent as Sims down the right hand side, but what he has done, he's done really well. He's worked back in his shape really well. Athletic, technically good. He's got on the ball really well, and he's going to get a deserved break as well.
Yeah, off he comes. Otis Khan has had a really good reintroduction in a green and white shirt. Lewis Twamley enters the fray this afternoon. Yeah, good to see Otis Khan back in Yeovil, and has had a really good game.
He'll be really pleased to get some minutes. He's been void of that this year. He hasn't really got many minutes, has he, up at Oldham? Gives Twamley, like you say, a chance to go on the right hand side, and he's flipped McLean across over to on his left, so he'll have his inverted wingers now. Twamley coming in on his left foot, favoured left, and McLean coming on his favoured right.
Speaking of minutes, 5 added as we're into the 90. 5 additional minutes here at Damson Park at the end of this game. Solihull 0, Yeovil 3 is the scoreline. That's gone out of play on this near hand side, and it will be a Solihull throw. Mind out the way, fourth official. The ball's coming towards you. And Oakley will restart things here into Holmes. Oakley picks it up once again and drives infield all the way back to Ollie Wright, who's going to have to get this on a chase from Greenslade, and he's tried to nip the ball again from a clearance from Ollie Wright.
Fantastic though, all the players clapping Greenslade, going to shut down. It's a thankless task at times up there on your own in a 4-3-3, but he's doing the job exactly the same as McGuckin did. Ball goes back to Ollie Wright, he's going to go and press it, and it's gone out for a throw in for Yeovil.
Greenslade heads it on from the throw-in. McLean trying to get in behind the bodies, and that goes back to Ollie Wright. It might be recency bias, Jerry, and I have only really watched most of the away games here, but I'd say this is Yeovil Town's best performance of the season, especially away from home.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen one away at Maidenhead, very similar to this as well, very controlled performance, but yeah, I think where they are... Oh, hang on.
Oh, flicked on by there, and Finn Holmes tries to go round Aidan Stone. Oh my goodness, a goal line block, I think, from Kyle Ferguson keeps the clean sheet for Yeovil. Bodies on the line for the away team. That's what it's all about. Still 3-0.
And that came up from nothing, really. As we were chatting, it's a punt down the middle. Got it wrong in the middle of the park a little bit. Stone's come out. He's made a decision to come. It's the wrong decision.
Yeah.
And he's been done. They've nicked it around him as Toby Holmes. And Holmes has had a shot, and it's Ferguson that's gone back in and cleared off the line.
Fantastic from the young centre-back, Kyle Ferguson. That's you celebrate that like you would a goal to keep the clean sheet. That's really, really good work from the defensive line. Corey Corner is going to get his, I want to say, first introduction to Yeovil this season. I know he's appeared in the matchday squad a number of times across the season. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is Corey Corner's first appearance in the senior Yeovil team this season, and for him, indefinitely. So the 38 comes onto the pitch. The number 18-year-old, the number 38, the 18-year-old made his way up from Yeovil's academy.
Brilliant.
And gets a couple of minutes at the end of this one.
Well, that's what you want to see, and that's really good management from Mark Cooper. You know, a young man, they're 3-0 up in the game. The young man obviously deserves his opportunity, first and foremost. He's won his first header, by the way.
And the subs bench have gone, yeah!
Everyone's up applauding him. So, yeah, congratulations to the young man. He deserves that. And, he'll go on now and he'll really enjoy his last moments. But I have to say, that's really good from a young defender. I know I've bigged them up all afternoon, the centre-backs. But sensing danger is a big thing as a centre-back as well. His first thought is drop back in on the line. He's dropped back in the line, he's made a goal line clearance. And what it's done is kept that clean sheet intact, which has given him a load of confidence as a back four, goalkeeper on the whole side.
Throw-in taken by Yeovil on this near-hand side, and Corner will chase. It comes off of his chest, and
I had to stand up because I got cramp in my hamstring.
Oh, no!
It's the tightest...
We've got a very... it's bijou,
no room,
I think.
And I've not moved for 96 minutes. I just got cramp.
Yeah, tight press room. here at Solihull Moors. I don't think we've got replacement summarisers. That's the only thing. There's no substitutes here.
It's my own fault. My preparation was poor. Obviously, I didn't stretch.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. 94 on the clock. 1 minute to go here for a very jubilant Yeovil Town side this afternoon. Their fans will go back to South Somerset very, very happy. 3 goals up. Hall Johnson on the ball now on the far hand side, the left. Takes a touch on the inside and goes infield to Holmes.
Brilliant.
Cousin Dawson wins that. The ball falls to corner. Gets a bit of a push, but stays on his feet. Cooper trying to find Greenslade on this inside left channel. Can't do so. Holmes picks the ball up again for Solihull. This is Labadie. That comes off of, I think, Greenslade. Yeah, it will be a Solihull throw-in on this near side. 15 seconds to go here of the game at Damson Park. And Yeovil break their duck. They managed to get a win after not winning in 5. Yeovil get a win. The first win in 5 games. 3-0 winners here against Solihull Moors. Manager Mark Cooper pulled a double fist as soon as that full-time whistle has blown. Jerry Gill, a really nice afternoon for Yeovil. What's your assessment on the game?
Well, it's very much deserved, honestly. 3-0 is not flattering for Yeovil.
No.
Very, very, very good performance. In fact, they got better the longer the game went on, the better they got against a real poor, I have to say, poor Solihull side. But I don't want to emphasise on that. I want to emphasise on the Yeovil performance. First and foremost, the way they were set up. Defensively, really hard to break down. And they scored 3 wonderful goals. The third being one of the best goals I've seen for a long time. From Whittle at left back, a volley from 30 yards, fantastic finish. And I'm really pleased for Mark Cooper. I'm going to say that tonight. A lot of people don't mention managers, and he comes under a lot of stick, but he's worked that out today to perfection. It's a wonderful away selection. He's got his team right. He's brought his loans in at the right time, and he deserves that. And when that final whistle went, I can relate to this. He looked at the ground and he punched the ground 3 or 4 times. Relief, and it's just relief. It's not happiness. It's relief. And I hope he has a real good couple of glasses of red wine tonight, a nice takeaway, and he enjoys his weekend, because Mark Cooper deserves that. I'm really pleased as well for the Yeovil away supporters. They brought a good number here today, and I'm pleased for everyone at Yeovil Town Football Club. Hopefully that's all it is. That takes them a step closer to survival. Another win will do it.
Time to kick on. Yeovil Town get another result next weekend. Manager Mark Cooper breathing a sigh of relief at the end of this game. To paraphrase Gary Barlow, this is Yeovil Town's idea of a very nice day out. Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 3.
From home, you shouldn't have this type of form. It doesn't matter, you know, how can you be as a team and as a squad so different? At home, we're on the front foot, we move the ball around quickly, we look like we can attack at will. As soon as it comes to an away game, it's like we just forget all about that, and we've become a really, really passive side. And it's just a really, really difficult. And but to be honest with you, what I will say is well done to all those gassers. They packed that away stand, but unfortunately those players today haven't given them anything to shout about.
Is it worrying? Do you think they'll just do enough at home to escape any relegation worries?
Well, we're still in that relegation fight, and obviously we're really lucky that Burton have not played today. Listen, it's going to go down to the wire. We were looking at it. We were 9 points clear, a week or so ago. We're now 6 points clear, and Burton have got a game in hand. And I said it before the game. I felt this one was a massive, massive game. Yeah, okay, Scott Lindsay's coming in, and you get the new manager bounce and stuff. But we didn't really lay a glove on Bristol. On the Crawley backline at all. And yes, I know we've got injuries, and obviously we've lost our best attacking player in Roel Soterio, but for me that's no excuse. That 11 on the pitch today was more than good enough. I don't think the setup was right. Whether tactically they got his spot on today, it'd be interesting to find out. But as I say, this is a Crawley side that you alluded to a lot during commentary, have conceded the most amount of goals, and we put no pressure on them whatsoever really for the whole 97 minutes.
Yeah, it's only Crawley Town's second clean sheet in their last 21 league games. Well, you're looking at around 49 points. It might be a little bit higher for a team to stay up. Bristol Rovers are 7 shy of that. Crawley probably still need about another 6 wins in their remaining 8 games. It's an ask, but there's belief there in the squad for them. But it's disappointment for Bristol Rovers. Full time here at the Broadfield Stadium. Crawley Town 1, Bristol Rovers 0.
We'll get the post-match thoughts of Lee Mansell shortly, and we'll take your calls as well. 0800855 949 is our phone number. 81333 on text. Start your message with the word Bristol or Somerset. On social media, it's at BBC Bristol Sport. Crawley 1, Bristol Rovers 0. Solihull 0, Yeovil Town 3. Still playing at Ewood Park. Heading towards full time, it's Blackburn 1. Bristol City Women 1. In National League South, Torquay have beaten Bath City by 1-0. Cody Cook with the goal. Weston-super-Mare 1, Chesham 1 is a latest score. Coming up at 5:30, with commentary from Ashton Gate on BBC Radio Bristol as Bristol Bears resume Premiership rugby action with a home game against Exeter Chiefs. You're listening to Saturday Sport, BBC Radio Bristol, BBC Radio Somerset. It is exactly 5 o'clock.
Saturday Sport.
BBC Radio Bristol and BBC Radio Somerset.
08000 855 949 is our phone number. Coming up at 5:30, Bristol Bears against Exeter Chiefs live at Ashton Gate. We'll get you some team news shortly. Another away defeat for Bristol Rovers. They didn't concede 5 goals like last week, but it wasn't any better. Kamari Doyle getting the only goal of the game for struggling Crawley. Crawley 1, Rovers 0. Rovers are still 6 points clear of the relegation zone, but Burton now have a game in hand.
And he's overhit the ball now. It's Hepburn Murphy, still got it, and now it's a great chance for Doyle. Doyle scores! He had time to steady himself. It was all created by that driving run from the back. And from around 12 yards out, Ward was left pretty exposed. 19 minutes in, Crawley Town 1, Bristol Rovers 0. Kamari Doyle.
Yeovil Town have returned to winning ways in style. Solihull 0, Yeovil Town 3. Josh Sims in the first half. Second half goals from Kieran McGuckin and Alex Whittle.
Does really well, does Josh Sims, to get into the box and fires a low shot in. It's in. Yeovil have scored. Low ball in on the far hand side, the right. Oh, does well to get the ball in.
Yes,
and it's a goal.
Great
Yeovil
goal.
have scored. Fantastic work again down the right hand side, and Kieran McGuckin is the man that gets the goal to double Yeovil's lead. Charlie Cooper hit a shot goal, but so does Alex Whittle. Oh my goodness! Alex Whittle gets his first goal of the season. He's just hit that from about 25 yards out centrally, and it's fired into the top right hand corner. It's Solihull Moors 0, Yeovil Town 3.
Wow.
A point for Bristol City Women. It's finished Blackburn 1, Bristol City Women 1 at Ewood Park. Harlequins have just beaten Saracens in the Premiership. France beat Ireland in the Women's Six Nations 27-15. Scotland and Wales is now underway. They kicked off at 4:45. Scotland 0, Wales 7 is the latest score. You're listening to Saturday Sport, BBC Radio Bristol, BBC Radio Somerset. And we're taking your calls. If you're a Rovers or Yeovil fan, get in touch now. It's 08000 855 949. On text, it's 81333. Start your message with the word Bristol or Somerset. Or you can contact me, Richard Hoskin, via social media at BBC Bristol Sport.